western entrance, if I'm not mistaken.
My father, Odysseus, also spoke of this. However,
Yeah,
he would not recommend it unless we had
yeah,
someone holy in our party, which we do not.
yeah, that, and we need to be much stronger. So I would strongly not recommend that. So yeah, anything that's a little safer, we can probably farm some coin over the next few sessions. That would probably be the safest bet.
So the
As we
north
do
and
need
east.
to. Yeah, well, I'll follow your lead, sir.
Then we shall head north to the mine north. Um,
All right, so two of you are on board with headed to the mine. What does Navy and Siri think?
I agree.
Okay.
Follow the leader.
So we're going to the cave.
Up north.
All right, so everyone seems to be on board with headed to this cavern north of here, right? Might seem like the most reasonable place to visit early on. It's one of the local caverns. This place and the cavern to the east are pretty close by, so it shouldn't be too dangerous for a level 1 crew, right?
Didn't you say that there was people, like bandits, on the path?
Yeah, the road has been troubled by outlaws. They're no longer just attacking small parties. Sometimes they even risk attacking normal sized groups. So back then it would be like 1 to 3 people would be victims. Now they're starting to expand and maybe attack groups of like 3 to 6, right? So
If we go down south, it's clear. There is nothing down south except for the orcs inside the passage. I mean, the cave. There was only 4 last time.
true, but do you think our party can take on orcs?
I don't know how strong they are. So,
But
We can
for
always use
just an
speed.
orc apiece.
I'm willing
Not
to
for
try,
orcs,
but
for
I'm
the
also
orc
willing to
piece.
bet that we're gonna die.
We can use tactics.
we should bear in mind we have like 3 sleep spells to our, you know, ability. So very powerful, right?
Maybe that'll help.
also,
I
it
think we
hasn't
will.
been explored much. Like, at all.
Then okay, let's head east. Let's head east. You convinced me. Let's head east. You have spells, and we have ways to deal with this. Let's go east.
Yes, let's go pick a fight with some pigmen.
Right. I haven't heard from Navy. What do you think? Do you still think we should maybe try the cavern to the north, or are you on board with the change of plans, cavern to the
I'm
east?
okay with the orcs since I'm well equipped.
Mhm.
I can try to maneuver, maybe scout the area before heading any further.
Alright, sounds good. Yeah. I'll let you know. Just bear in mind, I think orcs are one of your great enemies of the elves. Orcs, hobgoblins, and gnolls are like the main enemies of the
That's
elves.
why I had to take revenge. That's why I had to take revenge.
Alright, sounds good, yeah. We lost a crew member last week, someone of Siri's crew, so she wants revenge, she wants to go back there. And she's perhaps persuaded the rest of you that it would be a good idea to attack or assault that position again, the eastern cave entrance. Bear in mind, you'll be approaching from the west, so if you do find any entry points, it would be considered the western entry, which is not the same, right? So you would have to go around and look for the one that she entered from if you want to continue making progress from that side of the dungeon, right? Makes sense? So, naturally, you can just begin traveling. It looks like the most normal course that you might take would be to take the bridge, of course, across the river, and then from there,
Remember the miners.
go on foot east. Yeah, you can hire the mining crew. Basically, they'll mine and you'll protect them, and they'll share half the spoils with you, right? So half would go to them because they're bringing all the gear and doing all the work, but then the other half will go to you. In the meantime, they need you to just secure the position, protect them, make sure no monsters attack them while they're working. Make sense? So it's like
Makes sense.
kind of like a, teamwork, like a, you know,
Is it going to be the same amount as last time? Or do we get a new amount of copper
A new amount of what? Copper?
The
Uh,
amount of ore that they want to mine. Is it the same?
yeah, it should be the same. The one that you report it
Oh,
to down as soon as you go back.
Mhm.
Usually adventurers report what they found. Um,
Okay,
let's see.
perfect. Right.
Yep. All right. So the miners are trying to extract it before anyone else does, right? After it's been scouted out by your crew, and because they're doing all the actual labor, they just need someone to protect them, and half goes to the party, half goes to them, right? And it's not much. I mean, it's a lot of work though. It's 300 pounds of copper, which is only worth 30 copper pieces, right? So that's like 3 days worth of pay. So naturally, they've got the proper tools to extract it, the proper transportation to extract it. So they're bringing them with them a hand cart. So it's 3 miners in your crew, and they've got a hand cart, pickaxes, and other tools to help them get the job done, right, in a timely and efficient manner. All right. Any other questions or concerns before we set out for the cavern? Okay. All right. So when it comes to your mining crew, these guys you're working with, go over their names real quick. We've got Bohumir. I've got Arnbjorg. And you've also got Sierra. Oh. Alright, so those are your crew members, your mining company, the miners. Okay, the usual course you will take is cross that bridge by road, and then from there you'll venture off the road cross country through grasslands and then into the forest until you reach the cave system, or you find the river and you have to follow it either north or south until you find the cave systems. If all goes well, it's roughly 3 miles away. Right, if all goes well, it should only take your crew about 2 hours to get there. So let's see how that goes. You left town at 8 o'clock. Checking for encounters. For the most part, travel was safe. Let's check for any outlaws. No signs of outlaws on the road. At the bridge, you crossed it. Through the grasslands and the forest, you've ventured deep into the jungle, and actually this forest slows your crew down a little bit. Originally, if this was grassland, it would only take you an hour and a half, but because it's forest, it took you 2 hours. So, you ventured through the woods for a good hour or so, and eventually you find you find a cave system. You found the western entry. Now, naturally, if you want to get to the eastern entry, you would have to go around it. Most likely, you would either go over and past it, or around it and north and the east. You can just go past it though and continue until you find the eastern entry, unless you want to try the western entry. But you've just now found the western entry to the cave system. Our position is the heart of the woodlands here. Alright, what do we think? Want to take the western approach or something else?
I think we
You
should.
need to take the one.
I think we should take the eastern because there's a lot of forest and we have a wagon, and we wouldn't be able to get out of the way quick enough if we was to get ambushed. There is no way to flee quick enough.
Yeah, if we take the eastern
Point.
entry, it's on this side, right, of the river, or this side of the. It's still on the same side of the river, but east of the cave system or the mountain. Right, to be further into the forest. If we take the eastern entry, it'd be closer to the village of Dog at that point. So if you needed to retreat, you might take Dog, or you might go back to Dog instead of down. You could still go back to down though if you wanted to. All right, eastern entrance or western? Let's have a vote then. All right, anyone have any other ideas before we vote?
Oh, I guess I'll defer to Suri's opinion because she's been here before.
Right.
My understanding, Siri has been here before, so she's to want to listen to.
Navy, what do you think about the situation?
I agree.
Agree? Alright. So you've all chosen to follow Siri toward the eastern entry. And she's been there before, so she recognizes that part of the woods. And she's able to, of course, navigate through the forest until she finds the river, which will lead her to west, directly to the eastern approach. And with that, we'll move into the small scale map. And let me update this.
Oh, poor gut.
He wouldn't be there anymore. The orcs would have carried him off. Let's see. But might have left
Ate
this
him,
pulp
ate
on
him
there.
for breakfast.
Damn.
More than likely.
Poor gut.
Alright. Upon arrival, we've got several crew members here. A total of 4 adventurers arrive. Let's see. We've got Siri the Elf. And another returning crew member is Navy. Let's see if I can find his token anywhere. Here we go. Navy, do you plan to be a torchbearer again for this adventure or something else?
I'll be the torchbearer. Yeah.
Okay, I'll immediately light up one of your torches then for you. Let's see, you've got no torches on you, but you'll be willing to carry a torch if the crew is to light one, actually.
Alright.
And then we need to grab a new token for Telemachus and travel. Alright. If you see one you like, just tell me to stop and we'll grab it. Pretty much any male token, you can take it.
Yeah, I'll take the guy with the scarred face there. You just passed him.
This one?
Just about, yeah. Yeah, that's travel.
Damn, that's my cat.
Skirt.
Alright, stop. I would like to take the armored face up in the top left.
This one. Alright. Upon arriving at the cave entrance, the light of day shines 30 feet deep into the open cavern. It's 20 feet wide. A stream of water trickles down to a cliff that drops low and deep under the first level of the cave entrance, the depths here. You see the north wall immediately upon approaching is the vein of copper ore that was reported, and a few scattered tools and equipment, weapons lie before you further into the cavern. With your approach, that's what you're able to, of course, see from the entrance. Before you go in, you guys will have a chance to prepare your crew and pick out.
What about the miners?
Yep, they're gonna be here too. Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's just that you got. Yeah.
Sure. Right. These tokens can represent the mining crew. Alright, so you'll have to secure the position before they go any further, right? Make sure it's safe. Before you go in, you guys will have a chance to, if you need to, make further plans. More importantly, prepare your characters and equip some gear, right? We'll start with Siri. So Siri, out of all of your equipment, what would you like to equip?
Let's do the dagger and the staff.
And then of course Navy has he has volunteered to be the torchbearer. Would you like to light a torch for him?
Of course.
Okay. We got to the eastern entrance, I'll say at 10:10. So torch should last for an hour until 11:10, right? Alright, as series, lighting torches, getting equipment out. Telemachus, what equipment would you like to prepare?
Shield and sword.
Alright, and then Navy, torch and freehand, or do you want to equip something that freehand of yours? A scroll, a staff, or free?
I have a question. Does a scroll take time?
Yeah, it will take 10 seconds at least to read. Typically, the higher level, the longer it takes to read as well.
I'll do scroll.
Alright, a scroll of shield or a scroll of invisibility?
Scroll of shield.
Okay. And then, travel. What would you like to equip?
Yeah, what are my options?
Oh yeah, here we go. Spear, right? Pretty much it.
Yeah, it's like, I guess it's just spear.
Unless you want a torch as well. Someone can light a torch for you.
Cool.
Would you like to be maybe spear and torch, and then Navy can equip his own weapon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Unless Navy, you want to be the torch guy.
I'm fine with equipping my spell book instead of my torch.
Okay. You don't need to hold your spellbook to cast.
Oh, okay.
What you could equip in the meantime is that staff, right? Or if anyone wants to provide you a different weapon to use, that's fine too. But staff is good enough.
I can give him my.
Oh.
I can give him. Oh wait, he has stuff, doesn't he?
Here's the
Yeah,
staff.
I'll
Give him
equip
my
my
stuff
stuff.
anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, actually, and your staff is you have to carry if you want to keep it on you, right? Because it doesn't have a sling yet. So.
Yeah.
Staff and scroll, and then Trouble can have his spear and torch then. Alright, with that, we can begin exploration of the cavern. The only way forward seems to be west, northwest, or southwest, naturally. Who would like to lead the way in out of your crew? And what's our formation going to be
It's
like?
all the same to you guys. Travel would like to stay at the back of the party.
I say the person with the shield and the shield scroll should be in the front, and the person with the torch should be in the middle.
Alright, so maybe we can have two by two.
Yeah,
Navy and
something like that.
Telemachus will lead. Okay. Do you want to use your scroll now, or do you want to wait and use it like before combat?
I'll use it for combat. I'll wait.
Okay, we'll just wait for now. Just have it at the ready. So we've been exploring in, with a little bit of light shining the way ahead. Since travel's further back, we'll only be able to see roughly 5 feet ahead, or so, or 10 feet roughly. And we see the copper ore vein to the north. We can see some weapons to the south. We see a drop, cliff drop to the southwest. And we're exploring in, and
there's some rope that's going down the drop, which is connected to the copper.
oh, right, that's true. Let's see.
We forgot to draw that last time.
Yeah.
We'll just be like on the floor anyway.
There's also a 50-foot rope secured to the copper ore vein that leads down into that cliff, that small waterfall, right, into the depth below it.
What type of weapons are there on the other side?
We've got a staff, staff, spear, and shield sitting just at the ledge. If you're interested in that.
I'm good.
Alright, so Telemachus, Navy, you're leading the way. How should we proceed? Do you want to check out the ore? Do you want to proceed through one of the exits? Or you want to check out the cliff or something else?
Maybe cover the exits while the miners mine the copper
Yep, sounds good.
to see if there's any enemies coming by.
Alright, so Navy wants to proceed toward the exits. Telemachus, do you want to go with him or something else? Gold?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to do? Do you want to go with Navy to one of the exits or do you want to do something else?
No, I think that would be the wisest choice with that much armor I have on. Follow him.
Alright. Siri, as those two proceed, do you just want to follow them?
Am I able to have discussion with all of them?
Yeah, you can stop and discuss. So, Siri follows and she's trying to talk with you all before we proceed. Travel as the party advances and slow down as Siri asks to discuss or plan. What would you like to do? Do you want to stop to discuss and plan, or do you want to proceed after Telemachus and Navy, or something else?
Well, I guess if Siri wants to discuss, I'm ready to hear what she has to say.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Alright, so yeah, you all stop to discuss then? Telemachus and Navy, right?
I wanted to say that where the statue is, which is going straight, like the room going straight ahead, is where the orcs came from. So we should probably put shielded sword guys in that.
Where's the statue?
You can't see it yet,
straight
right?
ahead.
Yeah, she says it's
Oh,
straight
we
ahead.
cannot.
Remember your
Well,
torch?
It's
Yeah.
straight ahead. From my knowledge, I can remember things very well. It's straight ahead.
West.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I will stand there then.
I'm
I
not
said-
sure about going north, but I do also know that going down the crack where the rope is was a big opening, but it was too dark to see. That was all.
What we can do, we can check the exits just to make sure while the miners grab the copper, just to make sure, since the entire purpose of the mission is to get copper. But if we find anything extra, we can see.
Alright. So, anything else we want to plan or discuss? Let's see. We've all made a few decisions.
Ooh, Trevor should stay with the miners the whole time, I think, because he has the torch to light it for them,
I
and he
agree.
has the spear, so he can protect them if it comes down to any stragglers that somehow get, appear.
Yes, sure. Treble will help the miners protect him if there's any danger.
Alright, so if Travel's gonna stay back here, the rest of you are gonna advance and explore deeper, or are you gonna just guard the various exits? Telemachus, what will you do?
My main idea was guard, but I'm okay hearing any ideas.
Okay, so
Well,
Navy wants to...
considering what Siri said, I will be blocking the path to the left,
Okay.
to the west.
Do you want to stand in front of it, or off to the side?
I think, for reasons, I could stand to the side with no issue for now.
Do you want to be in that north corner, or
Yeah.
at the ledge corner?
North corner.
Navy, where would you like to be as you begin your guard shift?
I'd like to go a little bit deeper, right next to the statue, just to see what's further in.
Okay. Treble, would you like to advance and provide some torchlight for Navy? He can see a little better than most in dim lighting conditions, but more light would be better, naturally.
Is there an extra?
Let's see. Elf.
Someone does have 5 torches.
Yeah, so our elf character, by the way. Let's see. Let me see if he's got any bonuses to seeing. Yeah, so our elf does have a little bit better vision at, in dark lighting conditions. Let's see. Yeah, in bright light he has a hard time seeing, but in dim lighting he has an easier time seeing. So this dim light is considered to be normal lighting to you. And if you're close to the torch, it causes you to squint, right? And it's harder to see. Too much light hitting your eyes. But yeah, you can see this pretty clearly into the room. It's a statue. It appears to be a small demon statue, right? A very small demon statue just sitting on the floor and covered in blood, right? It's dried up blood, but you know, it's caked in dried blood, right? Surrounding it, there are small little bones, right, all over the place, of various creatures. That is what you can see.
Are they sleeping?
The bones?
Oh, you said various creatures.
The
Oh,
bones,
yeah,
yeah,
bones.
of various
Bones
creatures.
of various creatures.
Yeah.
Yep, statue in a bone pile. It's just surrounded by a bone pile. Alright, so a bloody demon statue and a bone pile in that tunnel. A cracked floor to the north. As the elf and fighter advance to the western exit, Treble, you just want to stand watch from where you're at, keep your eyes to the cliff, or something else?
Yeah, I think for now I'm just gonna do as assigned and just guard the miners, unless I see anything.
Stick to the main plan for now. Siri, what would you like to do? Do you want to go get the miners? Tell them it's safe to begin work, or something else?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Right.
Oh, wait. I can see normally in dark rooms, right?
Yeah, so elves, they have night vision. So basically, there still has to be some kind of light, but night vision allows you to see a little further in dim lighting conditions. Dim light becomes normal light to you. You can see twice as far. So, bright light though, if you fight like next to bright light or in daylight, you have a -1. It causes you to squint, right? So, if you're like in the broad open, your elf can't see too easily. Too much light enters the eye. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll grab the miners.
Okay. Yeah, they're out in the day. So it's technically supposed to be daytime, not night, but the system only allows me to do night. So. Alright. Yep. So Siri went off to gather the miners, and you guys got into your positions to guard. Some time has passed, right? It's about 10:30 now. So we had 10 minutes of discussion, and then 10 minutes of just waiting, right, and planning. So in that time, we have to make an encounter check to see if any encounters occur. Right. All right. All is quiet in the cavern, and at 10:30, Siri returns to the cavern with the mining crew. Right. She explained to them that, you know, work is or they may begin work. Right. So as she returns, it's Navy's turn again.
Ask,
Yeah, what's up?
what kind of equipment miners bring? Because from what I can see, it's only 3 people.
Yep.
Do they bring wagons or something?
Yeah, they have a handcart outside the dungeon.
Okay, I didn't hear that. I apologize. Go on.
Yeah, so they'll set up their handcart. Probably right here. Alright, so not too far away from the entrance where they can stockpile the copper. Probably like right there. this can represent it. And then they'll get to work. They need some space. It will make a lot of noise, which could lure a lot of monsters to the position. But they all have a pickaxe. Right. The rate of their work, they can mine basically with a pickaxe, I would say, 1 pound of copper ore a minute each. So 10 pounds of copper ore is in 10 minutes. So it would take them for 300. So yeah, it's a minute per pound. So if it was one miner, it'd take 300 minutes, right?
It'll take them 5 hours.
But there's only 3 of them. So I mean, there's 3 of them, so they work 3 times faster, right? So it's gonna be 100 minutes to collect all 300 pounds. So roughly an hour and 40 minutes to get the job done, right? So they'll be done in 100 minutes, which is an hour and 40. Which that means that if they start work now at 10:30, and it's gonna be done in 1 hour and 40 minutes if there are no interruptions, right? So they estimate it should take them till around noon, right, to get the job done, with a few breaks here and there, right? So they estimate it's gonna take till around noon, 12 o'clock p.m. And you guys have to guard them for that long, okay? Are you guys on board with that, or do you guys want to just start? You guys want to explore further,
Yeah,
or you would
go on.
just guard? All right. So today's an easy job. You're just gonna hold the position like a tower defense. You're gonna, as monsters approach, you'll get ready to fight them off, right? That's the miners' work. So they get to work. They start mining, right? The pickaxes, and start laying down the hammer, right? So all the noise starts to echo down the tunnels, and let's see if we get any immediate responses. All right. So as they mine, every turn there's actually an additional encounter roll per turn, and there's still the encounter roll for every other turn as well as they mine. Okay. So let's check this out. See if there's any encounters. All right. So in the first 10 minutes, oh, we got an immediate encounter. So at 10:30, as soon as they start striking the rocks and such, there's an immediate response. Let's check from what direction. Or this is the direction roll. D8. Alright. So it comes down. We have an immediate response from the southwest. Something in Dungeon Level 2 responds to the sound, right? Let's see how far away it is. We are not surprised. It is surprised. You hear like a grouchy screech, right? Because it was surprised, it's just so close. It sounds like it's roughly 30 feet away, so just down there, right? Something immediately down the cliff, pretty much, is making a noise, right? Let's see what kind of monster it is. 14, Dungeon Level 2. Okay. What you hear in response to the mining is a strange buzz, right? Like, right? So, some strange buzzing and some crackling, right? And it's very close, right? It seems. Let's see if it's agitated or not, or scared. It seems like whatever it was actually gets distance, right? Like the sound fades off into the distance. Whatever it was flew off or buzzed off further deeper into the dungeon, right? With the immediate start of work. So that was a lucky encounter, I guess, right? It caused it to flee.
Are we able to do anything before these encounters?
Yeah, if your character's on guard, they're ready to go, right? So before they close the distance, you guys will get ready, right? For the most part, unless the enemy chooses to sneak up on your crew. All right. So the first 10 minutes go by out of the 1 hour and 40 minutes. So now we have 1 hour and 30 minutes remaining for the job or the shift. It's 10:40. I'll annotate the time here as well. Time left 90 minutes. and then of course also annotate that monsters have flown off, right? Some of you recognize the sound of them. I know, I don't think anyone would recognize the sound, but it sounded like bugs buzzing away, right?
Does it sound like flies?
Yeah, very loud flies. So,
Okay. This is gonna be a tough one.
Oh, I see.
alright. As they buzzed off to the lower levels, right, your crew continued working for another 10 minutes. The miners grew a little concerned for a moment, but resumed their shift. And as they continue working, do you guys want to remain on guard as a crew? Or does anyone want to do anything differently?
I'll stay where I am.
Alright. Just speak up if you want to do anything differently. Otherwise, I'm going to kind of like start
I
time
wanna
skipping.
change.
Okay.
I want to do something.
Yeah, what would you like to do instead?
Can I actually pick the rope up and bring it back up?
Oh, okay, yeah. Don't let them have a chance to climb up. Let's see.
Like, can I take it into my inventory?
Sure, yeah. By the way, did anyone want these free items to the south? Spear and shield, staff. As you guys were on guard, you
Maybe
could take it.
later on.
Or if nobody's taking it, and there's no risk, I'd like to have a look, and if there doesn't seem to be any traps, I will take the shield and the staff.
Yeah, you have a careful look at it. It's out in the plain open, but you will take the time to carefully observe for any traps that are hidden, though. Your chances of spotting something that's hidden is not as good as most, or as a thief, for example. Your wisdom can help, but yeah, hidden means that it's covered or concealed, and sometimes characters have the intuition to notice or understand something might be hidden, right? Not visible to the naked eye. So you carefully observed it for some time before you picked it up. I would say you observed it during that shift, that first 10-minute shift, right? So the first turn, you just took your time carefully observing it instead of guarding, right? Since nothing was really coming. And let's see if you notice anything there. Alright. You don't see any hidden traps there, so you can just grab it, or if you believe your own ability to search. So yeah, you currently don't see any traps.
I'll carefully take the shield and the staff.
Okay. The staff has no weapon sling, so if you take it, you have to carry it by hand. I think the shield is the same way. I mean, it's got a strap, so you can wear it on your arm, actually, so that's fine.
Yeah, I'll wear the shield, and I'll put the staff in the spear sling, and I'll equip the spear.
Okay, so the only way to wear this shield is to sling it to your arm. So that arm is heavier. It's cumbersome, right? So there's a -1 to attack and damage. Let's see. Until you get a weapon or a sling for the shield, then you can just wear it around your body. Alright, but now it's strapped onto your arm.
Do I get an AC bonus for the shield?
Yeah. It's not a very active bonus because you're not actively wielding it, but that arm will protect that shield will protect your left flank, unless you actively choose to block with it, right? Take it in hand and block and parry. Then you have a higher bonus. But yeah, technically, yeah, if you start using it, you'll have AC 4 instead of 5, right? Maybe even higher, depending on how you're gonna use it. Okay. Or lower AC is better, so lower, right? As Treble was picking up the spear and or not the spear, the shield, right? Just the shield. Carefully, he strapped that shield onto his arm. The rest of you are on guard and you're ready to react to any attacks, right, or encounters. All right. The next 10 minutes have passed. We have 80 minutes to go. Or 8 turns. Turns left, 8. We'll do encounter rolls again. Now it's the second turn, so there's going to be 2 rolls instead. 1 in 6 chance for an encounter. Clear. Alright. And at this point, we're just all on guard, right? I'm just gonna start speed rolling, or going through this. Speak up if you want to change up your actions, but we're on guard
Can
now.
I change something pretty quickly? And
Yeah,
then
sure.
I'll be on guard for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Can I move to where the cracked room is? Like, just to the right of.
You wanna move inside?
Yeah, like a bit
Or
further
up
up.
here?
Like, no, up. In the hallway, like the doorway.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, just there.
Alright, so you step into it, you move into the cracked tunnel. It's pretty barren in here. The floor is cracked, that's about it. So you'll guard from here. Let's see. Dagger and staff ready. You can't see anything, really. It's really hard to see anything. No torchlight. Party's on guard.
Can I ask that he moves up a little bit?
Alright, yeah. So, Travel, do you want to move up to your crew and provide some more light for them so they can see what they're guarding? Or do you want to do something?
Yeah,
to wait
very
back here?
cautiously. I'll just equip the shield and can I equip the shield and no, I wouldn't be able to equip the shield and the spear and the torch. So for now it'll just be the shield and the torch if possible.
And you can place the torch right next to the copper ore. Between Siri and the copper ore.
Yeah, if you place the torch down, you could do that. It'll provide light still, but half the radius. So, you get dimmer if you're not carrying it out in the open. Because the idea is that torches, right, you have to move them a lot, you have to carry them so the light shines further. And of course, mainly, you have to give them oxygen, right, you have to keep moving them, otherwise. And it's not always, but in a place that has less oxygen, you have to keep that thing moving. So right now we're good on oxygen, we're really close to the outside, but yeah, right now for Shirley, if you set it against the rock, it'll just be half the radius, because it's not, it's blocked by, and it's a lot lower, right? So.
Yeah, I think I'll keep the torch on me and equip the shield.
Alright, you slung your spear, and we're just waiting still for any changes. Alright. Another turn will go by. Let's see if anything happens. It's 11 o'clock now, so we've got maybe an hour left of work to do. Checking for encounters as the miners continue mining away. Clear. So half an hour has gone by, and you all have been standing guard watching the various exits, and no monsters have approached. The last time we heard a monster was at the beginning, when the sounds scared off the vibrations, right, or the sounds, vibrated through the cavern and scared off this giant bugs, right, flew deeper into the dungeon. So that's about all that's happened so far. Alright, we're going into another turn. Anyone want to change up their actions, or shall we all remain on guard?
Oh, when does the torch run out? That's a very important
Oh,
question.
right. The torch dies at 11:10.
How much time have we got?
So we've got 10 more minutes, so at the end of this next turn it'll die. So you can replace the torch at 11:10. It won't be like dead immediately, but it will be like dying, like about to go out. So you can prepare a new torch at 11:10. So it's still burning.
I have like what the average amount is. I bought like
5.
Yeah, 5. Okay. Can I borrow one? I am going to be changing my turn. I want to check the demon statue.
Alright.
It was nice knowing you.
So maybe for this next turn we're gonna actually start exploring instead of guarding, right? We're gonna send Navy to scout out the statue he's interested in, right? He's just been looking at it for the past half hour.
But can I wait? Okay. Fuck. Hold on. I want to use my invisibility scroll.
Okay. So instead of asking for another torch, or you were about to ask for another torch, but you start reading your scroll instead. Trouble, do you want to just like prepare to light a second torch? And then I think it's being provided by Telemachus, right? He's got spare torches in him.
Yeah.
So you kind of reach into his knapsack, right, while he guards. And you put your shield down for a moment, right, on the floor. You reach in there and pull out a second torch. Prepare to light it. at the next turn, right? At 11:10, you will light a new torch. You don't have to light it yet. It's still got 10 minutes left, so you can use up the last bit of it. That way, you kind of utilize it to its full effectiveness, right? As the miners continue working. Sarah, did you want to change up your action? As they are busy moving things around.
No, I think I'll stay there.
Stay on guard. Okay. Your eyes are to the north. You keep guarding. Alright.
Can I see anything ahead now that there's more light?
There's not more light yet. In fact, there's actually less light. The torch is about to die. He's not lighting a torch right now. He's lighting it near the end of the current torch. Yeah. So when the current torch is about to die is when he's gonna light it.
Okay, then I'm fine.
Navy, of course, you casted a spell. You used your scroll of invisibility. You read it, and suddenly, you'll hear Navy speaking strange, arcane words, and soon he starts to fade. Right. So you're using invisibility. I'll tell you what it does for you. Here. All right. So invisibility. It will cause the caster or one person or object in range to become invisible. And when you're invisible, all items carried, but not other creatures. So all items carried or worn by that character also become invisible. And the invisible items will become visible once again and remain visible when it leaves the character's possessions. So if you set something down or drop it, right, it will no longer be invisible, right?
Oh, that's good. I was afraid of my torch. Okay.
So your torch will be invisible. If you were to drop your torch, right, it would become visible again, and it won't become invisible unless you cast a spell again, right? An invisible person will remain invisible until you attack or cast a spell, or choose to do something that will make you invisible, or choose to also not be invisible anymore, right? So, a source of any kind of super active movement will cause you to also, right? So anything like attacking or casting a spell, right, will typically cause you to no longer be invisible. Source of light may be made invisible, but the light will remain visible, right? So your torch itself will be gone, but the light radius will remain if you had a torch on you, right? Which you don't have a torch on you, right? So you cast this, you used the scroll, and maybe he's now invisible, right? No, he just disappears right after using the scroll. So from there, travel. You just were on guard, ready to prepare, or ready to light that new torch. And at Damascus or Telemachus, you just kept your guard right west. Let's say prepared to help travel with the torch. All right. In that case, let's see if anything happens for this turn. 6 turns left. 10 minutes will pass. Encounter checks. It's 1 this time. Alright. What do I think? Is it 2? Did I do 1 last time? Let's see. So first time I did it, it was 1. Second. Oh yeah, it should be 2 this time. Here's another one. Alright. All is quiet in the cavern. We're getting very lucky. So, despite the 40 minutes of banging on the wall, right, that's been occurring, nothing else has arrived at the scene, right? No orcs, no monsters, nothing like that. In this time, of course, Navy did not stand guard. He wanted to explore a little further ahead, right, during that same turn. Navy, you said you wanted to get closer to the statue. What did you want to do to it?
I want to explore around the statue.
Right. Yeah, you look around it. It's a bone pile around it. Blood stains here and there.
Alright. I'll go further.
Okay. Yeah, and you're able to see a little further ahead. Because, yeah, you can see You have night vision, which allows you to see twice as far. So technically you can see all the way over here to the west. Let's see what's over there. Right. Seems mostly clear so far. No signs of traps or monsters or treasure yet. Okay. And just a open cavern tunnel here, opening or leading into an open cavern to the west that continues southwest. So, do you want to proceed? That's what you see from
I'll
here.
proceed.
Right. So as Navy explores to the west, the rest of the crew is on guard, and you guys just want to remain on guard as he explores for this next turn.
Yeah.
Can he actually see in there? He doesn't have a torch.
He can see up to this point because he sees twice as far. So the radius is extended. So
Okay, yeah.
in his vision, right, this torch light here, it looks more like this. It looks like this for him, right?
Oh damn.
Okay. So he can see like just barely into the next into the chamber, right? He can scout out what's in there. Okay. I guess it's just him for now, exploring, right? So let's see what he finds. All right. Let's explore into it. Okay. You can see what appear to be like these scratch marks here on the cavern floor. Scratch marks.
Hmm. Are they big?
Okay. So scratch. And it's a very lengthy scratch mark. It stretches to the north and south. So yeah, it's not really big, but it's long. I'll kind of draw it on the board,
Okay.
give you an idea. That looks like this. Large scratch marks, or a lengthy scratch mark across the floor here. Okay.
So there's nothing else but like a clear.
Alright. The floor is all scratched up here. Otherwise, the cavern is barren. There's nothing here, and there's nothing here. Right. It just continues. That's as far as you can see without torch, without your own light source.
So,
So it's just empty in this area.
so there's no walkway. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I'll go back.
Okay. The crew is still on guard. Right, they were busy guarding. As soon as you finish going back, you hear a click in the floor, and a blade comes falling down. Right, 3 blades come hitting the ground, and then they shoot right back up. Right, so they scratch the floor. These huge blades, they're all just these rusty old thin blades that come, but heavy thin or rusty, heavy blades actually that come just smashing down, right, blocking off any side. So it's just like a wall of iron, right, comes hitting the deck, right, and just like you turn around, it hits the deck, and then goes right back up, right. So you know you stepped off the pressure plate, so it activated, right. So it went down, activate it, and then shot back up.
Lucky guy.
So basically, if you were to get off the pressure plate and continue west, it would have chopped you into bits, right? Let's see. But you went east off the pressure plate, so
Alright.
yeah, you're fine now. So, area is trapped. You would, of course, identify that with a 10-foot pole, but you didn't have a 10-foot pole at the time.
What activated the trap?
Pressure plate.
The pressure plate.
Okay.
Yeah, he stepped on something. It seems. Can we isolate that location?
He did.
Oh, cool. That's a big plate.
Alright, he's returning to the crew. The demon statue remains the same. Nothing has changed there. It's a strange demon statue in the middle of the floor, facing east, right? Covered in bones, or surrounded by small bones here and there. Alright. Um, 10 minutes have gone by. Let's see how this goes. We're at... Oh yeah, we lit a new torch at 11:10, by the way. It's 11:10 right now. So, I'm just gonna replace Travel's torch with a fresh one.
Yeah, but
Using
we're
it,
gonna take one of mine.
yeah, from Nate, or Telmachus's torch pile. Let's see. 4 left. Okay. Yep. It's 10:20, or it's 10:20 right now. We've got 5 turns to go before the job is finished. It's the new turn now, right? So it's 11:20 a.m. Siri, do you want to remain on guard, or do you want to try something else?
I'm gonna go next to the miners, just in that little like space. So I'm not like right in front, but near it, you know?
Okay. So you fall back. I'll leave some space for you.
But just I can still see inside, but not like right in the middle, you know?
Yeah. You can still see. Telemachus, do you want to change up your action, or do you want to continue guarding the west? It's been a very quiet shift.
I'll stay. I'm good.
Alright, Navy, do you want to change up your action, or do you want to continue at this point guarding to the west? Or do you want to go back and explore, or something else?
Can I remove the bones? The bone pile?
Yeah, you want to like clear it?
Off the statue? Yeah.
It's just surrounding the statue.
Yeah, I want to remove it.
Okay, so you want to like use your staff to sweep it out of the way? And where would you put the bone pile? Like in the corner,
Yes.
or against the wall?
In the corner, or on the sides, yeah.
Okay, so you just sweep them to the sides with your staff. So as Navy is sweeping the floor, or sweeping the bones off to the side, Treble, what would you like to do for this next turn? Remain on guard or something else?
Yeah, I don't know if there's much for me to do. I suppose I'll just stand guard.
You wanna move? Maybe you can move here, right, to the west, since Navy's inside. Or do you want to stay here, to the east?
Yeah, I'll probably stay in the east.
Okay. Provide a decent amount of light for everyone. Alright, let's see if anything occurs. So, for the most part, Telemachus, you're on guard still. Siri, you're on guard. Treble's on guard. The miners work. Navy explores. Navy gets in there and he's doing some work. He's just sweeping the bones out of the way of the bloody demon statue, right? These bloody bones, bone piles are swept away. 2 piles, one to the west, or one to the south and one to the north. Then he just kind of sweeps them against the wall, right, with his staff. Okay. All right. So with that, bones are swept out of the way. We'll check for any encounters. At 11, I already rolled for encounters from 11:20 to 11:30. So it's 11:30 now. Another turn has passed. 4 turns remain of work before they're done. Back to Siri's turn. Siri, do you want to remain on guard here or something else?
Yeah, I'll go and guard.
Okay. At 11:30 in the morning, you continue to guard the north side. Telemachus, do you want to continue guarding the west or something else? Gold, you with us?
Sorry, my connection cut. What?
Do you want to remain on guard to the west or something else?
I mean, we already have a person inside there. I think it's more personal about the north.
Okay. You start watching the north instead. Travel.
Yeah.
You can't really see into any of the exits, of course, because you're further back. Maybe you can see through the north between Telemachus and Siri, but Navy's in the way to the west, so you can't see too much there. Do you want to remain on guard or something else?
Yeah, I'll remain on guard for now.
The miners continue to mine. Back to Navy. Navy, after sweeping the bones out of the way, what do you want to do next?
I want to check if it's hiding something, maybe behind the statue.
Yep. There are runes etched to the back of it. If you had read magic, you could read them.
Do I have that?
We can check. Let's see. Maybe you've got... Yeah, you do. Did you want to have that one memorized?
Okay, I'll use it.
Alright.
Yes.
So if you cast it, you can't memorize any of the spells until you get some rest. So we'll say that was the spell you memorized for today. You didn't memorize sleep. I guess you left that up to the other spellcasters since they had sleep. So you had read magic to go, ready to go. You cast it, right? You say a few arcane words, and then suddenly these runes become readable to you, right? You suddenly understand what they say, and it appears to be like a spell, right? It's not a scroll exactly, or it's a enchantment on the statue. It's animate. It is basically a animate statue spell etched into the background. Animate statue enchantment, pretty much, and it also reads in runes as well. Something that's not a part of it. It says basically like a penny for your, or a penny for my time, right? So
Wait for my time.
yeah, that's just something you read that's not part of the spell, so it's more like just a comment etched in there. But the rest of it is some kind of enchantment spell that looks like it's a animate demon statue spell, right? So if you were to read it out loud, you would animate it.
Do I read it?
No.
No.
You can let them know what it
What does
means.
the statue look like?
It's
What
a
does the demon
demon
look like?
statue. It's a 3-foot
It
small
looks
demon
like
statue.
death.
It's sitting. That's just a demon
Is
statue
that
just sitting.
wings?
Big? Is it
No,
big?
it's horns. It's a small little demon statue, like an imp.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, well. There's one horn.
Yeah, just one
Yeah,
horn.
horn.
And then one eye. Oh, he looks cute. Wait, he's brown.
Oh, he's big.
He's big, but he looks cute.
Right.
Yeah, Majin Buu look cute too.
I.
So it's a naked demon statue with a horn on his
Just
head.
nipples.
Can we
Yeah, he's naked.
I mean, I'm far away.
And he's covered in blood, by the way. Blood stains. Mostly around his mouth.
Oh shit! I'm invisible though.
You are invisible.
Wait, and he's facing you guys. So if I read it, he's just gonna come forward.
But
Also, if you read it, you technically are
he's
casting a
right
spell. So
behind.
if you read it, your invisibility would disappear. If you read it.
Oh yeah, because
Oh wait, you already casted a spell just now. You casted read magic.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're no longer invisible.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter.
Do
You
I
can
have
read
it?
it.
Can I go back to the entrance and then read it?
It's
Or
on
is
the
it-
back of it. If you want to memorize it, you need a rest, right? You can't memorize it yet until you get the rest.
Yeah, I can.
You don't have enough power, so it's like a scroll on the back of it, right? Like a permanent enchantment, which you have to read from behind it.
He's trying to kill us.
I'm trying to do something interesting.
We could do that
Fair enough.
afterwards.
Made
remember?
a strange
Yeah,
discovery.
that's true. We can do it after.
Once we get the money. Because,
I'll wait.
You know, otherwise we just stood here for no reason.
I'll wait. I'll go back and just assume my position and wait until the copper has been mined.
Okay. Let's check if anything occurred during this time. Encounter checks 11:30. Every odd number is 2 rolls instead. Safe travels. Nothing occurs. It's a very easy day. You know, you guys are getting very lucky. Usually something horrible happens in a shift like this, a work shift. Mining ore for the past hour or so, right? Okay, let's go on to the next turn. So, 3 turns left. It's 11:40, or no, I forgot to change that. It's only 2 turns left. 2 turns left. It's 11:40 now, because the shift is supposed to end at 12 o'clock. The work shift. Right, let's see.
Will we quick roll the last two? What do you guys think?
If you want that, you have to do the same action, right, for the last 2. Like guard, right? Unless you guys want to go in
Guys,
depth
do
with what you
wanna
did.
do anything?
Yeah, I'm
I'll do-
fair with that. Yeah,
I'll do quick, yeah.
Alright, so
yeah. Let's just speed it
all
up.
on guard, speed it up, right? Okay. At this point, for the last 20 minutes of your shift, you decide to not do anything interesting, just stand guard, right, until you're done with your job.
That's what we were paid to do.
Okay, sure. Pay to guard and only act if you need to, right? That will speed up the time, right? Alright, here we go. We'll just do the rolls then. Total of 3 rolls then. So in the first 10 minutes, it's just 1. In the last 20 minutes, it's 2. And without any trouble, you somehow survived and somehow had no encounters over the past hour and 40 minutes of mining at the entrance. You got super freaking lucky, right? That usually never
We have
happens.
300
We,
pounds.
we're
so-
alive, and that's what matters.
Yeah. All right. The vein is completed. You know, they've mined and hauled it into the handcart and are ready for extraction. Right. Now this 300 pounds is only worth 30 coppers. Right. So once they sell it, it's only worth 30. So 15 coppers will go to your party, which is like very little money at all. Right. So that's kind of like a bonus pay. All you had to do was stand around, and now you might actually want to
Is
get to
there
work.
more space in the wagon?
Right? No, the cart is full. There's 300 pounds of copper ore in there.
I mean, we could head back and then head on another quest. It's an easy payday.
They're ready to extract,
Yeah,
so you guys can explore further if you
Or I
want, but
could
they'll
put
be
the
ready to leave.
miners to sleep, and we could just take their 15 coppers.
No, we are not criminals.
Just a suggestion.
Wait, but they are dwarves, and that means they have a high resistance to magic. That's how
Although
I found
they're
out.
men,
I
these are
found out
humans.
the hard way. Oh wait, they're men?
Yeah.
They do have a buff.
Oh, they do have a buff.
Are they human? Then there's no buff.
Are they human?
They're human miners, right? You found them in the human town.
Oh, okay. Oh. Let's sleep them. Let's take
Yes,
it
we
over.
just kill them then. Oh, okay.
No, I will not be a part of this.
Telemachus is lawful, right? Sounds like
You're a
Syrian.
shitty fighter, Telemachus.
You know what?
Come
Let's
at me,
send him this
motherfucker.
way.
I will not be in this.
You don't have to be in this.
You know what? I say we should read the big demon words statue person.
Oh, we can get
Yeah,
to that.
I say we should lure the miners, or at least one of them, towards the statue, and tell them we'll pay them to read whatever it is, and
You
see
do
what happens.
realize they can hear us. They're like 10 feet away.
I'm whispering to you guys.
The miners are, as you're making plans and looking suspicious, the miners are like, hey, what's the holdup? Are we ready to leave, or are you guys gonna explore further?
Oh, we're just discussing your bonuses. You guys have done such a fantastic job.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
Alright. You react positively into this.
just
Take
for
your
you
time,
guys.
take your time, right? And the miners are happy that the job was done without incident, right? So,
I think we should.
job
sleep.
well done.
I think we should.
I think
Yeah,
we
we-
should kill the demon babies.
Do so, and I will rat you out to the entire adventuring community.
Oh jeez.
After that, we should sleep Telemachus too.
Yeah. Wait, we could.
My
sleep
father will
beforehand.
fucking kill you.
Why don't we
We
awaken
could
the demon
sleep
baby?
him and
Yeah, let's just awaken the demon baby for God's sake.
Let's
But you think
awaken
I'm
the
not?
Oh no.
no, let's awaken the demon baby, put him to sleep, and then sell him.
It has been
Can we put
an
a
hour and a
demon to
half,
sleep?
so we'll take
I
a
don't think
small
we can sleep a
halftime
demon.
break. Take a 5-minute break, please. When you get back, we'll resume the adventure. Thanks, everyone.
Alright, cool. Things are ramping up.
He's like,
I
I'm
really
not
think
getting
we
out
should
of this
demon
cave
laugh.
until I read those words.
I think we should do it last. I think we should go up north.
Like behind the statue?
That's west. Up north where the cracked tunnel is.
Oh, you want to continue forward?
We have enough torches for it. I don't really want to go into the trap. I don't know how we're gonna get past that one.
Yeah.
Can we push the demon baby into the trap?
Can we push him in?
Aw.
Do you think the blades would get stuck?
Do you think he would fit through the door if we like awaken him and then go through the door?
What if we try and
Well,
just
he's
steal the
not-
statue?
Oh yeah, like not awaken him, just steal the statue.
Steal the statue and see what it does, like, leave it in someone's house and then activate it and see what happens.
We could
Bro.
We could fetch a price for it.
Oh yeah, that's an even better idea.
Yeah, but it's
We
better
could fetch,
if
we
he's
could amp
alive.
it up. No, but we could amp it up, get the money, and then set it free.
That's
Fair
true.
enough. We could blame the miner's deaths on the
What
demon
if
itself.
what if he has like something cool on him?
Oh yeah, probably. People.
Like a secret ancient spell.
He's a statue. Where's
Exactly.
it hidden? Where's the spell gonna be hidden?
So like specifically speaking, everything that the demon holds is made of stone. So if we awaken it, the things that he's holding will be turning back to normal.
Is he holding anything?
I don't know. But I want to find out.
I think
Yeah,
should
we
go
can find out.
first. And then go for it.
So I don't think he's gonna fit through the exit.
Well, he said he was small.
How long was this break again?
I mean, he's very round.
No, it's 5 minutes.
I think like 5 minutes.
We still have like 2 minutes left.
Alright, I'll be on the toilet. I'll be right back.
I think we should go north first. And
And
add to that, if we find anything, we can run back, summon the demon thing, and get them to fight him.
what
they'll
if we
die.
find an exit on the other side?
On the northern
The-
side?
Yeah, and then we forget about the demon baby, and then we never know what those words
No, we'll
mean.
come back. We will definitely come back. We will definitely come back.
Never say never.
I mean, I would awaken it, but probably not to begin with. Because if we have to run, then everything's gone. You know?
That's true.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been 5 minutes, so the
Alright.
break is over. I did notice idols here, so if it's all right with the party leader, we can have a new join into the crew. If you're interested, maybe Bethany, the medium, made her way as a solo adventurer after hearing of a party venturing off to the eastern entry of the eastern cavern from down, right? So if she's interested, she can try to join, and if you're open to it, she'll join your party, right?
I'm open to it if she's willing to protect me.
Alright.
What
Bethany,
does protect you mean?
would you be interested in
He
joining
wants
the?
to betray the miners for some fucking reason.
No, and also Treble's a coward, so he only has one hit point and doesn't want to die. So more friends.
How much is the total? We're getting 30?
Yeah,
We're
Maybe
getting
Yeah,
15.
15
all
total
of us.
for the crew. 15 for them, 15 for the crew.
We get
Yeah.
Wait, that's total 15. So like we have to split 15.
Yeah,
Into
it's not a
5.
lot.
Yeah, put them to sleep.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Hope so.
But before we continue with that, is your party open to a new join, like a random adventurer arriving at the scene,
yeah.
hoping to join your crew?
I am. Yeah.
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
they agree to awaken the demon baby, I'm okay with that.
Alright, we'll have some conditions then. So Bethany, you're about to arrive at the cavern, and you see the party's already there, exploring, and you're interested in joining their crew. It sounds like. Is that right? We'll see.
Sure.
You do have the same token actually as one of them, so if you want, you can keep it or you can change it. It's your choice. We'll see.
Yeah, you can change it just to make it easier.
Okay, sure. What token would you rather have then?
Let's see. Um. Okay. Stop. Go back down. Okay, the bottom left. Okay, the middle left. Up.
Up.
Up a row. Up to the left.
This one?
Down a row. Down
row?
another row.
Or this one?
Yeah.
That one.
God damn.
Finally got there.
My bad. Let's see.
Oh my god, she's somehow more elvish than the actual elf.
I think
Yeah.
that's an actual elf
Honestly.
token. So
I have a helmet on. Damn.
So
That's just the way my hair falls over my ears. It's not. It's not the actual shape of my ears.
yeah, it's just the way her hair falls. Right, right. Idle. What weapon do you want, or what do you want to equip for Bethany?
10-foot pole.
Let me grab your sheet real quick. Okay, so you join, right?
Wow.
All right, so you've requested to join the crew. Telmak is on board. These two are on board. Nevi's got, although he's not the leader of the crew, he has one requirement for you. He asks that you be the one to read the runes on the back of a bloody demon statue they discovered in the tunnel to the west of this cavern. Right? Would you be open to that, or do you want to negotiate that?
I didn't prepare to read runes today. I prepared to go sleep.
I mean, I'll read it.
All right, Navi's gonna read it. So that was
Fair
more of a
enough.
joke. All right. So I guess you're not required to read it then, Bethany. You also advising that
I
you
mean,
didn't
as long as
prepare
they
that
agree
spell.
to it.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I don't know what it says.
yeah. He'll tell you
No,
how
no,
to
like
read
agree
it.
to the idea of
Yeah.
reading the runes.
Oh yeah, he wants you to agree to him reading the runes. Some of the party members
What is
don't
it?
want him to do that now.
What does it say? Do you already know what it says?
Yeah.
I used my spell.
It's animate statue.
Why would you want to animate a demon?
Because
I don't get it either.
It's because we
He's-
sat here for 9 turns and we got nothing on this. Like, nothing came.
They had a job
he's
to do.
And how is-
round and
How will this profit you?
he's round and like he might have something like I don't know. Plus, I think he's too big to fit through the exit, so like I think we should be good.
Yeah. So if you want, you can have a look at it.
Wait, does the crack lead somewhere?
Yeah,
This-
it does. It's a tunnel.
This here,
No, the other crack, the other
Yeah.
room.
we don't know where it goes, but it continues north. It's a tunnel, cracked tunnel
Take the
that leads
torch and
north.
go in there, mate.
I
Okay,
really think
look.
we should go there.
Okay,
Some of us
let's
like to explore cracks. I'm just saying.
Right.
let's go through the cracks and we can awaken the demon baby later if there's room.
I
Okay.
think the shield and is it shield and sword guy? Should
Yeah.
go first with the shield behind. I
I should go first with my pole. I like to poke my pole at stuff.
Wait, who has the
Oh,
torch?
mm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got the torch. Well, a torch.
So
Well, if Bethany and the monk
So yeah,
are still
torch and
together-
pole. That's right.
so
Yeah,
I'll let you guys
that's
freely
something
discuss
that
for a moment. Sorry. Go ahead. And then when you're ready, just let me know.
Bethany and Telemachus go side by side. That would be a good way to sniff out traps and also defend her, rather than him trailing behind.
Sure.
And then we could have Torch in the middle, and then me and Navy behind.
What is the
Yeah,
circle of
sure.
life of this torch? It's like 10 and 10.
Oh no, it's supposed to be 12-10 now, right?
Yeah, the first torch already died. One torch was killed at 11:10, and one torch was lit at 11:10. So, the current torch that we have, that Travel has only 10 minutes of life left. So, after the end of this turn, you'll light a new one off the dying torch. So you have
Just
one
leave the
active
torch.
torch. Yeah. This one is carried by Travel.
I wanted to buy torches, but I guess I didn't get a chance.
Yeah, you joined a little late, so you were a little late to the crew and you didn't have time to prepare.
All right, next time. Next time.
Don't you have 5 torches? Yeah, you do. You have 5 torches and a tinderbox.
Oh, okay. I must have bought them last time.
Yeah, looks like you've got decent amount of equipment on you. Alright. I will allow you
Do I
to
have a
bank your
sack of
money if
snacks?
you wanted to. Did you want to bank your money or did you want to keep that on you?
It's only 17 coppers. I'll just keep it.
Okay.
But where's the sack of sacks? Oh yeah, sacks 3. There it is.
Yes, sack of sex. Alright. So, plenty of capacity to haul out some treasure then.
Good job.
If you're done planning, we can begin exploring, right? Whether it be west or north. You'll have a turn to choose what you actually do. So, starting with Navy, do you want to prepare to explore north or something else?
Let's explore north.
Okay. And then Telemachus, do you want to lead the way north or something else?
Yeah.
And then Siri, do you want to just follow up and continue north after the party or something else?
I'll go behind the torchbearer.
And then travel, I suppose you want to explore north with the crew as well, or do you want to do something else?
No, I'll follow Goody Two Shoes Telemachus's lead.
Okay.
Goody good shoes, motherfucker. You wanted to murder somebody.
Should we do choose? Can I rank up with Telemachus with my pole?
Alright. And then Bethany, what do you want to do? You want to move past him and
Rank up with Telemachus?
the
No, I want to rank up with him.
Alright. Yeah. The entrance is narrow. He will have to proceed first alone, and
I
then you
see.
can go in after. Is that fine?
Yeah, I better get up front now with my pole.
So as soon as he steps in there, make some space, you start prodding immediately.
Yep.
And try to squeeze in there after him. Alright, Telemachus, you're exploring north. Alright, Bethany's ready to move in after you. I think next up is travel, then Siri, and then Navy. Or
Yeah,
Navy.
sounds good.
Yeah, okay. Or Navy, do you want to be in the middle?
Good. I'm good with that. Yeah.
Okay.
We
Torchbearer
need
is
the
kind of
torch
far
further up
back.
front than that.
Yeah, somebody in the front can take the torch.
Maybe Bethany, you want the torch?
The one with the pole? Yeah.
Can I operate a pole and a torch
Yeah,
simultaneously?
you can. Yeah, one hand each.
Okay.
Travel, do you want to get your weapon?
Yeah, so I'm gonna get my spear and shield equipped.
Alright. So, let's see. The floor beneath your feet is cracked and begins to give in under your weight. Let's see if it does. It does. Telemachus, as soon as you step in, take a few steps in, suddenly there's a sudden crack in the floor, right? And you go tumbling down. I'll let you have a saving throw versus paralysis. That's about it. And that will keep you from.
How far down do I fall? Like 200 fucking feet?
So imagine you're moving through a cracked floor and suddenly the floor just kind of crashes in, like suddenly crashes under your weight, right? So it crashes under your weight just suddenly, and
I'm
you actually
stuck.
fall, right?
You fat fuck.
All right. So
Is he dead?
it is a
One
spiked
less
pit
mouse to
trap.
feed.
So he takes 2d6 damage from the spiked pit trap.
So I'm dead.
7 damage.
Holy
He's dead.
Oh no.
Alright, the fall can't kill you, but it will knock you out, but then the spikes could, and the spikes did. It was a spiked pitfall trap.
And
The signs are quite obvious. The damage is super high, but of course, because it's so obvious, that's why the damage is so high. If it was, yeah, it was a level 1 trap right there. It's spiked pitfall trap. As long as you
we
prodded
avoid the
it or
spikes.
avoided the crack, then you would have not triggered it. But if you just proceed
We can kill them.
without
I thought,
precautions,
Sam, I thought Bethany
stepped over
was
the
up
cracks.
beside me.
she couldn't fit.
Evidently,
right?
she was not.
Yeah, she was exactly behind you. Right? It
I
was a
think you wanted to
single
go
file.
first.
She was trying to go first, but you wanted to lead. And the brave fighter,
That would have been the fastest
Collapses under his-
entrance and exit.
the floor collapsed under his weight. Sudden crash. Bethany might have saw it coming. Right? It's like that didn't look good, but the fighter went anyway. Right? And then it fell under his weight and killed him. He went to -5 hit points and died. Right? He's in the pit now. And let me draw the area of the ground that has collapsed. Alright, so it's this big. You can go around the pitfall trap, but you'll be very careful, right? A slow step across, right, on either side, if you choose to proceed that way. For the remainder of the adventure, Telemachus, because you're dead, we can rule that Bethany came with another adventurer, right? Who's just kind of quiet, and that could be your next character. Would you like that if you want to keep playing for the remainder of the adventure?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please. It'll
Alright.
be the cousin.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, sudden death here for Telemachus.
He shall be adopted into the golden household.
Yeah. Looks
Oh,
like
and
he
look,
was.
we have a nice set of armor and equipment for him.
All right, but this will be a quick roll,
You could borrow
right?
his body.
So,
I have rope.
for a quick roll.
Oh, let's get his
May I
loot.
may I loot Telemachus? Yeah, let's do that.
Let's split the loot.
Bastards are
That's quite
ruthless.
unfortunate. All right, yeah, the brave Telemachus fell dead as soon as he stepped foot in the correct tunnel. But Bethany came along with one of his household members. Actually, she brought another member of House Gold with her, so that he might continue in his place now, right? So she wasn't a lone adventurer. She had her own party, but she joined forces with your crew, and under her command, or along with her, was another gold member, right? So this new one, what class do you want him to be? We'll have a quick roll.
Just quickly fucking roll, and let's just say
Do we have a
something.
Yeah,
do we
what
have a
class?
healer, by any chance?
We don't.
Fucking fighter.
Pretty sure elves can have man healing spells or something.
Oh, okay, perfect.
All right. So that way you can get something out of this game instead of just die and leave with nothing.
Yeah.
The show. Let's see. All right. I'll make the succession, of course, very rarely, but usually if you're dead, you're dead. You don't get to play anymore. Until your next game, of course. So for your name, do you want an old school name? Do you want to pick it or random?
Achilles.
Okay. Newly arrived member is Achilles. And he's got 1 to 8 hit points, which we'll roll for right here. 2. Alright,
Damn, he's just like his cousin, Telemachus.
exactly. Alright. Strong 2. Okay, that's good. Alright. He has very bad
Ooh.
hearing and sight, though. Like, maybe he's like blind as a bat almost, right? Where his glasses thick as monocles.
That's the first time I've ever seen a natural 3.
It could be easily improved though if you level up or train it. 16.
Yeah, obviously.
Is it 10 and 9? Right. He's very fast though. He would be a very good bowman
Wow.
or slinger in this case.
Yeah.
All right. So you got sling and stones. Do you want that equipped since you're really good with sling, or do you want your spear equipped?
We're gonna go with the sling.
Okay, sling and shield, or sling and spear, or just a sling.
Sling and shield, if that's possible.
It is, yeah. It's a
Didn't
one-handed.
you at least have javelins? I'm just saying, you could throw them.
You could sling your spear, I suppose, but you'll only have one shot then. Alright. Anyway, what token do you want for your Achilles tendon?
That guy's got good
Stop.
glasses.
2 to the right.
2 to the right. This one?
Him with the smile on his face.
This one.
1 left.
One left.
Come on.
Oh, the classy treasure hunter.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, this guy's a piece of famous. He's on a famous piece of art for old school D&D. Let's see.
Oh.
Alright, so you'll be back here, I will say, kind of just tagging along. But as soon as Telemachus crashed to the floor, that was a noise check, so we're gonna make an encounter roll as well. Alright, something responds to the crashing sound.
Shit.
And let's see what it is.
22nd goal is crawl out of the woodwork to eat the dotty.
This is gonna be really fucking bad.
Thank God I'm not first. I have like running distance.
All right. Down in the pit, it is
Oh,
actually full
no.
of giant snakes down there. So it's like a watery, spiked pit where the water is, some of the water is drained into.
Oh, that.
And
So
there
they
are
can't come up.
giant snakes down there, right? Massive snakes that Bethany can see, like snaking around.
So what they basically heard
Water
is me
snakes.
getting snapped in half by a snake.
No, it's probably gonna swallow you whole, man.
Yeah, you're snake food now. Wait, we can't get his loot.
And soon to be snake poo.
No, we're not getting that loot. Because they'll climb up the rope. No.
I am right there, and I have a sleep spell. Just saying.
There's loads of them though.
No, it works with a pile. Like if they're close together, it works like an AOE.
Yeah, if you can see them all at once. But they're like dipping in and out of the water, right? They're swimming around. You don't know how many there could be, right? Even if you sleep some, there could be more, right? Who knows? So Bethany, you notice that the pit is trapped
Is his equipment even that good?
and inhabited by monsters, right? There's actually several groups of skeletal remains down there, right? So the floor here was cracked, and you could see that there's like a very loose amount of construction here. So like there are like strings and like twigs basically holding up the floor. So it was recently repaired, right? Dwarves are able to notice new construction pretty easily, not stone magic users, right? So it looks like there was like a shoddy kind of like very badly constructed replacement of the floor, a false floor, right? That's why it was cracked and everything, right? Because it was just like put together by like slabs of sandstone and such, right? Or dirt, rock, like hardened slabs of dirt. Because again, this is a cavern; it's not an actual like tunnel or man-made structure, right? So you saw like hardened, packed dirt replacing, or laid over very thinly stretched out strings and twigs, which held the weight barely, right? So with enough weight, it would just suddenly crash down and drop its next victims into the deep pool below with spikes and snakes. Some humanoid might have made this some wicked, horrible monster. Probably the orcs, right? Or goblins that are rumored to live down here.
So let me get this straight. You rolled snakes, and you added the water just to focus on sleep?
Well,
Do you sleep?
water would drain down to the pit, yeah. And yeah, the water is it's there. We're in the jungle, we're in the forest right now, so water's
Yeah,
down
you should
there.
just say yes. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I did, and then just shut up.
Yeah, you can see some of them. You can see some of the snakes, but not all of them. Yeah, it just makes it way more difficult. So technically, yeah, spitting cobras are water snakes. Yeah, cool. So all right. How would you like to proceed? You lost the remains of your companion. We can proceed past it and further into the dungeon. We can try west or something else.
How stable is the sides? If you want to pass the sides of the hole.
Bethany, you want to prod it?
Yeah, I'll prod.
Sure.
And see how stable they are.
They're sturdy. Yep. I can tell, like, that's probably where a lot of the strings and such were, like, nailed just loosely onto the side. Right. So that looks pretty sturdy still. It's about half a foot to a foot wide of a ledge, right, that you could walk across.
Well, I have the torch, and I assume it's about to start flickering and going out.
Right,
So
I'm gonna say one of us.
Let's replace that
One of us
torch real
just
quick.
goes.
unless the snakes are crawling up the sides at us, maybe we should take our rest.
Wait, are they?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah, let's replace the torch. You guys can have a rest, your crew, on some time to plan out how you want to proceed. Because technically it is lunch hour. Your characters haven't had lunch yet. It's because the current time is 12:10 right now, so it's lunch. You have the hunger penalty now. So I guess you guys will take a rest. Your characters, right? They'll have lunch. They'll make plans on how they will proceed after the loss of Telemachus, who was kind of your party leader, right? And I will prepare a new torch as well at 12:10, replacing Bethany's current torch, using it from I suppose, whose inventory? Bethany's, right? Let's see. So you got 4 left.
Yeah, you can take it from mine. Yeah. I don't have any food. Anybody got any food to spare?
I've got a ration. I could split it with you.
We could make a fire because we're next to a forest, and make
Or we could, like,
Can we salvage any of Telemachus and maybe cook that?
I'm thinking we could like
that
grab
sounds
one
like
of
a good
those, grab one of those snakes and cook that. Eating human flesh is how you become a ghoul. I'm just saying. Probably don't want to do that. I know that from my Meiji knowledge.
Ooh.
Alright. So, let's see. With that, yeah, you guys will have lunch. When it comes to food, let's look over the supplies you've got. Siri's got 3 food, must be prepared to eat. In order to prepare it, you have to go outside and start a fire, right? It won't take too long for your lunch break. Navy, you've got rations which are ready to eat. If you want to pass them out, you can. That will feed up to 3 of your crew members for lunch.
Who doesn't have rations or food?
I don't.
I technically don't have rations.
Right, so nothing
I
ready
have
to eat.
3. I'll give the 2.
Okay.
The extra 2.
Alright, you pass them out. We need to account for 2 more rations or food. To save time, we should use Telemachus. Oh, wait, he's not here. Okay, we should use...
Telemachus is not here.
Right. Who else has rations?
No one.
Alright, so yeah, we have 2 pounds of raw food that needs to be cooked still.
Yeah, I think we should use. I think we should use
start a
all
fire.
of mine and start a fire. We can waste all of my food and then
Okay.
keep some rations in case we really desperately need it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We could save 1 ration, right, if we do that. Alright, yeah, so you guys will head out, build a fire, just camp out with the miners for a little bit. Get your fire going, have a lunch break, give your character some time to recover and maybe mourn the loss of your leader, right, Telemachus, or your fighter. Let's see, so we cook up the food, we eat our lunch, an hour goes by, you guys took an hour break for lunch. I guess we'll take a break in real life too then. Take a 5-minute break so you feel like you had some time to rest and eat. You can sit and chat if you want, but yeah, come back in 5 minutes.
Well, Achilles of House Gold, I'm sure you're very upset about the death of your superior in your house.
Period.
Please.
No, he was always an ass.
Yeah, I
Well,
agree.
please accept my condolences regardless.
He tried to be like his father, who happened to be sick at the moment. But
What was his father like?
Odysseus.
Yeah.
Oh well. Man is a cunt. Hard to kill, hard to hurt. The only reason he currently is sick because of a stupid rat.
He ate a rat?
No, he got bit by a rat.
Ah, yes. So
Evidently, he
seems-
got the pest or something. I'm not fully sure. I just know he's currently sick in his room.
Is it going to be okay?
He's fine. It's just gonna take a while.
Well, that's good. He's going to recover.
Yes, sounds like a strong old bastard.
So about the
Guys,
crack, about the sides
Yeah.
of the holes, are they gonna carry all our weight, or is the last
No,
one
it's going to try.
Probably go one at a time.
I'm
Yeah,
also
I'll
thinking,
go
what if
first.
there's something? What if there's
I'll go
something
first
there
with my
and you
pole.
get pushed? What if something pushes you?
You mean someone?
No, what if something?
That's
Something
like if you're.
pushes out on
if
the
you're
opposite
last.
side.
Oh, you mean like whoever goes first?
Like in front. What if something's in front? All I'm saying is we could go that way, but I went down the crack and I have a rope which will carry all of us, and it was an open place. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so we're going down the crack.
We could.
Alright.
It's a suggestion, or we could go straight on. Up to you guys.
Alright.
We could.
Well-
We could awaken the demon baby and then plug up the hole with him.
All I know is
Ah.
it was the next floor and it was worse, I think he said.
So, like, wake him up in the pit and
Yeah.
get him to kill the snakes.
Or plug him with the hole so we just go past him. So we don't have to
Okay,
worry
so
about the hole.
as a statue, we just, like, plonk him into the hole.
Yeah.
Okay,
Awaken
fair
him.
Then we
enough.
can't read it. But then we can't read it, and you wanted to awaken him
Me and
because you have to see it. You have to see the back of it to read it because you didn't memorize it.
we can awaken him, kill him, and then plug the hole.
I think you have to feed it. Never mind, I wasn't there for that. But I think you have
Will
to feed
he
it
plug the
copper.
hole? Yeah, it was a penny for his thoughts. That's what it said.
Where's Todd?
Hmm?
For his time.
Yeah, that was it. Penny for his time. Anyone got coppers to spare?
Do you think it's a riddle?
Not I.
I have
think it's a
17
riddle.
coppers.
You guys think there's a lot of treasure in that pit from fallen adventurers?
Maybe not a lot, but there's probably some. But you know, there's probably 10 or 12 snakes down there.
The sleep spell.
Oh, okay.
I can sleep some of them, but apparently not all of them because they're not.
I've also got a sleep spell.
So are we going that way, or do we want to go down?
I'll just follow for now. I'm not familiar with this place. I prefer any route with less traps, less
I don't
obstacles.
think there was any traps. I
We don't know
think
if
there was any
we
traps
carry
when
all
we
of
went
us
down
with.
there. The rope, you mean?
No, the two sides.
Oh, the sides. We could go down. What do you guys think then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright.
Yeah, Bethany, what do you think?
I will gladly hold the torch as you go down.
Okay. Okay, bet.
I will gladly go third.
I will go first, guys. It's fine. I got this.
After what the last guy went through, you want to go first?
Yeah. I went down there last time. There was nothing in the immediate area, I believe.
But now there's gonna be snakes.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, your
There's
crew has
snakes in the hole.
finished their lunch.
Although, wait, guys, the buzzing came from down there, and I don't know what the buzzing was. If anyone wants to enlighten me on that, what that was.
I believe that they're giant flies.
The buzzing noise is our DM trying to talk.
Alright,
Oh yeah, he's back.
so, your last torch was lit at 12:10 and dies at 13:10. So it died over lunch. So you'll have to make a fresh torch before you proceed further. You just had lunch though. Your characters are no longer hungry, and you may proceed. Again, current time is 13:10, and our torch bearer, you light up another torch. You have 3 left in reserve, right in your knapsack. All right, how would you like to? How would your party like to proceed? Who wants to lead the way in?
I will with my pole and my torch.
Okay.
Yes.
Single file, or do you guys want to create two columns? Should someone lead beside
Well,
her?
as long as travel's not in the front.
Are we going down or are we going
fine.
to the crack?
We're going to the crack. Single file. Let's go.
Single file. All right. So your crew explores back into it, and it sounds like you're headed northwest to the open crack now. It's not. It's now an open pitfall trap, right? Okay. It's no longer a real hazard unless someone pushes you in, or you can't see it anymore for some reason, like you're running a torchlight.
Oh, we're going in that bitch, dude. We're going in.
Oh, you're going into this cliff? You're climbing down the waterfall?
No, not that cliff. We're going into the pit
Into
trap.
the pit trap? Alright.
Oh, we
I'm
are?
gonna stand up.
Side or around?
What?
Isn't that what
Wait,
you're talking
what?
about?
No, I was
No.
talking about down.
Oh, okay. We're
No,
going
no.
down. Never mind. I misunderstood. Okay.
All right.
No, that's crazy.
This,
Yeah.
I'm not going in there.
I'm
She
gonna
wants to
stand up
join
top with my torch
Telemachus.
while they
Yeah,
go
she
down.
wants me to go in there.
I thought you were going to the pit. I just swear to God.
No.
you can hear the snakes
Okay. I'm
inside
gonna
the
stand up
pit.
there with my torch
They're all hissing and
and let everyone else go down.
munching on Telemachus's remains. Okay. You want to start climbing down, right? Let's see. There's no rope.
No, I'm gonna
No.
stand up top with
Oh.
my torch
Oh, you just want to look
and
down
let
there?
them go down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. How do you want
I'm
to
gonna
proceed?
ask. I'm gonna ask. He could like hold the rope for me.
How deep is it?
Sure.
Is it more than 10
Support
feet?
it with his weight.
Oh shit! I took a piece of the wall away.
It's only 10 feet. You can use my. You can slide down my pole.
Yeah.
Pause. All right. Let's see. Yeah. So it's only a 15-foot drop, roughly, 10 or 15, right? Something like that. Definitely could climb down there, maybe. Climbing back up might be difficult. It's a sheer drop. A rope will definitely make it safer.
Does anyone have a hook? A grappling hook?
We have no thieves.
Nah, not I.
It's my next purchase.
You know what we could do? The hand cart. That won't move, right? That's heavy as hell. We could tie a rope around that.
I have hammer and spikes, so we can secure a rope up top using that.
Oh, okay. We could do that
Good.
then.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Yeah, Bethany. Do you have hammer and spike? No, you don't.
Did I not get those? Oh God.
Doesn't look like
Sorry.
it.
I misspoke.
No, that's okay.
Thought she did.
Well,
She forgot.
I mean, we could fix it to the cart or drive a spear into the ground and stick it in there. I'm sure there's some way we can get it done. For now, I don't mind holding the rope. If somebody's going to take a look.
What about the statue?
Yeah, we can tie her around to the statue.
That's not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
move. That's not gonna budge.
So we think.
Alright, Navy, for your turn, what would you like to do? Do you have any suggestions, or do you want to take any actions?
I want to tie it around the statue. Since the cart moves, I don't want to risk it.
Okay, so you asked to, you want to do it specifically? Go out there and tie that rope around the statue? Or are you just agreeing with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Navy wants to...
No, I'll tie it around the statue.
Okay. You'll set your staff down against the wall temporarily. You'll grab the... and you'll put your scroll away. And you'll take that rope and secure it around the statue. So you're going out to secure the rope. It's a series rope, I think, right? So...
I'll go provide light. Unless you can see in the dark again. No, I can't. Because you won't do that.
Alright.
I can see like double of the normal person.
Okay. I'll move to where some light is cast into the room for him.
Alright, so yeah, Navy's getting that done. Bethany, for your turn, you'll provide light. Just on guard. And then Telemachus. Oh, he's not here. Okay. Telemachus was killed.
Achilles.
Let me move him down the notes.
Achilles, such a deal.
Yeah.
Alright, we have Achilles instead. Alright, so Achilles, what would you like to do on your turn? Do you want to just wait at the ledge for the crew or something else?
Well, considering the fact we already have somebody going down there, I don't need to do anything, so I'll just stand guard.
Okay, go on guard. Maybe you want a second spear? You can carry 2 spears at once and drop
Yeah, I'll
them.
take it.
Okay. Alright. Currently how it's working is how you're carrying all this gear is your shield is strapped to your arm, and your 2 spears are in your left hand, and your sling is in your right hand. So technically the shield is not fully equipped, it's your spears that are equipped. Your shield is just strapped to the arm. So you can't use your shield actively unless you drop those spears, right? Then you can take the shield in your hand and actively parry. Only exposing your hand, maybe your forearm as well. Let's see. 2 spears now. Of course, you can try using the spears as ammunition. They won't go as... They're not as good as javelins, perhaps, at slinging, but definitely better off than like some other things, right? Like a sword. Alright, back to... So we know what Achilles is doing. He's just looting and guarding. Siri, for your turn, as your crew's going around, you pass the rope off to Navy, who's going around to tie it around the statue with help from Bethany. What would you like to do in this time for your turn?
Unequip my dagger and staff.
Okay, so sheathe the dagger, sling the staff. Alright. Yeah, you're gonna climb, I suppose, so you'll need 2 hands. Let's see. You wanna climb down
You
with...
guys are coming in after me, right?
No.
Yeah.
Totally.
He said no.
Guys. Guys, if it's clear. If it's clear, you're coming down, right?
Yeah, you have to tell us.
Okay,
When she's on the rope, can we just cut it?
Ah, he is healed. Good, good. Much better than your predecessor.
You got a chaotic fighter. Chaotic magic user.
Not a face. Not a face, a heel.
Alright.
If we cut it, we kind of lose the chance to get more loot.
Treble.
And you get more.
Siri is preparing to go down, right? Asking or for confirmation from your crew that you guys are ready to climb down with her. For your turn, what would you like to do? Do you want to put your spear and shield away? Or drop it down the pit so you can grab it later? Drop it down the
No. I don't want to do that. I want to keep it close to me. Are you asking me that because I'm going to be holding the rope?
Oh, yeah. So where are you going to put it while you hold the rope? You're just going to set it on the ground for now?
Is there no way I can sling my shield on my back?
Let's see. Let me check if you... Do you have a sling for your shield? You don't yet. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, no sling. So you get strap on your arm. You can sling your spear. Yep, you're good. So, yep, it's
Is
just
it not
strapped.
tied to the statue? So...
Yeah.
Alright. But you won't have to...
Okay, so...
I mean, you might control the slack, though. That's about all you can do, right? That's the statue can't control the slack of the rope.
Okay.
Or hoist
Okay.
people up.
Either way, I'd like to probably. Ah, shit. Do I have to go down second, guys? Fuck. All right. I'm just gonna climb down as fast as possible. I mean, like in a straight line. I'm not moving anywhere or disturbing anything. I'm just going straight down the rope.
Are you trying to climb before Siri?
No. I'm going to cower behind her for sure.
Okay. Alright, and then Navy, how do you want to tie that rope? Did you want to do like just one loop and a knot, or were you trying to like create a pulley system where like you can like control the slack, right? Or how did you want to secure it?
I want to try to make it as tight as possible.
A single knot?
Not a single knot, no.
Like how would you tie it? Multiple? Alright, so a few knots around it, costing about 5 feet of the rope, making the rope only 45 feet. Still should be enough to extend down the cliff from here. And it, you're able to secure it, and then toss the end of it down the pit, I suppose, right? People can start using it to climb down, if that makes sense. Is that fine, or is that what you're trying to do?
That's okay.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's your turn again, Navy. After tying the rope, you lowered the rope, the other end, down into the cliff. And with that, you can control the slack, I suppose, if you want. But while you're doing that, Achilles, do you just want to keep waiting, or is there anything else you want to do? You were on guard. You want to remain on guard.
I want to remain on guard.
You want to guard
Maybe
from
drop
here?
one of the spears down the hole.
Okay. Drop what spear down there? Sure.
Just one of them.
Okay. We'll see if there's any reaction. It's quiet. You just hear the clanking wooden shaft of the spear hit the wet floor below. Alright, that is Achilles. One spear left. And then from there, you're just on guard or on standby, right? You're okay with guarding from here, or do you want to move?
I'm okay with guarding from there.
Alright, Siri, it's
You
your
heard
turn
what
again.
I said, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I wrote it down. Alright, so Siri, it's your turn again. The rope has been lowered. Do you want to start climbing down or something else?
Yeah, I want to go down.
Alright, Siri's climbing down using the rope. Travel. For your turn, you just want to wait for Siri to finish, or do you want to try something else in the meantime?
Yeah, I'm going to wait for her to put her feet on the ground and let us know whether we should descend.
Okay. So you're on standby. You're ready. You're right behind Siri then. And then Bethany, your turn again. You were originally, it looks like, helping out on guard, helping out with Navy, right, provide light. Do you want to just remain on guard and watch the exits, or do you want to try something else?
I plan to be the last one down the rope, so I'm standing up there by the edge holding the torch.
Alright.
Is everyone down already?
Not quite. They're in the process still.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, back to, at this point, we're going to skip to Siri. She's got the most action-packed action or scene now. So she's leading deeper into the depths. So, Siri, you've just climbed down to dungeon level 2. There's a spear down at your feet. Down here, right? So, it's barely any light. You can see a little better than the other since you're an elf. But down here, you see the water trickles down into a small pool. It's really hazy down here, especially toward the south. Like a lot of dust in the air. But you can see that the cavern continues kind of toward the southwest. Do you want to just wait for your crew to get down here at this point, make some space for them, or what would you like to do now that you're down here?
Yeah, I want to shout up and say that it's clear.
Okay. Yep. You don't see or hear any immediate threats in this dark place. Okay. So she says it's all clear, right? In that case, travel, you start climbing down, right?
Yeah.
After you, it would be I suppose Navy, right? And then Bethany and then Achilles. Or who wanted to go last? Was it Navy want to go last?
Bethany.
Bethany.
Yeah, Bethany's going last. I'm holding the torch out over the edge so people can see where they're going.
Right. You're just shining the light over
And
them.
then before I go down, I'm gonna like swing my pole and drop the torch over the edge.
Yep. For those who have gear in their hands, you either put it away or toss it down the cliff before you start climbing. You need about at least... With a rope, you might need only one hand to climb. But for surely, two hands is a lot more easy, a lot quicker. If you have two hands, you can climb down faster. Alright, so... The cruise has explored in. Right, made space for the others. Travel, you kind of go south. The air gets very hazy toward the south. The Navy gets down there. Siri, to make space, you have to kind of walk along the wall. Your feet gets a little wet as you step into the pool. Is that fine? It's very dark down here. That's the only way. The others are going to proceed. Or maybe have space to get down here. So, yeah, it's just a pool. It's the one that's being fed by the stream, so it shouldn't be anything dangerous. Okay. Alright. Achilles gets down there. Travel, the air gets very thick over here, right? And it starts to stink, right? It starts to smell very rotten, like a wall full of rotten bug shit, right? Like dead cockroaches. You want to continue to the south, right? The air's getting very hazy. You're starting to feel very dizzy. You can't see exactly what's on the wall here, but whatever it is causing this haze, right? And it smells really bad. You can also hear
Someone light up a torch.
You can also hear the nasty scampering feet of and crawlings of various bugs and insects around the wall, like skittering, right? Um, Twitching sounds, right? Achilles, you made space, but then he's last to get down there. She chucked her gear down there, provides, and starts climbing down. Reveals that, of course, there was a small puddle, right, at the bottom of the waterfall, the small waterfall, um, and there are some skeletal remains down there. It looks like, in the murky puddle, right? You see like along the shore, there's like bones sticking out, so it's a pretty dirty, nasty pool of water here. Um, Otherwise, it's very dirty and murky, covered in like algae. Uh, Toward the south is a wall full of fungus, or like a fungal mound of wall, right? So this like fungus dirt wall, but it's full of holes, and through those holes, a strange insect continues to crawl in and out of it. Particularly, they're giant centipedes crawling in and out of the. So it's like a nest of giant centipedes going in and out of the wall here, right?
We should burn that.
And that's what
Yeah,
Trouble sees,
and
right?
Travel would like to move away from the wall.
Yeah, like when the light reveals it, you see like a wall full of holes and like centipedes like crawling deeper into the holes, right away. They're like they're confused and
Yes,
uncertain. You back
Travel
up,
wants
you
to
get
move
away.
away from
Yeah.
all of that.
You want to step
I
toward the
predict
west,
8
or
centipedes.
which way would you go to avoid it? West, or there's no way north really because Achilles is there. You can go north into the water.
Achilles seems like a sturdy fellow. I'll just hide between Achilles and Bethany.
There's no space. Let's see.
There's no space.
Yeah. You back up into him.
Bastard.
No way to move. Right. The bugs keep
Okay,
coming in.
I'll probably stand near Siri. Very carefully. I will very carefully fall back to Siri.
All right. So you move west towards Siri. Okay. Clear. All right. You can see kind of toward the south. At this point, the only way forward is to proceed south. It looks like, right? There's an exit in that southwestern corner. Okay, and I'll draw out what we see down here. All right. So we've got oops.
Oh.
Oops. Like this. Alright, the cavern continues southwest past this exit. Okay, you can't see too far into it because the torch is not there yet. But at this point, do we want to send Bethany ahead so we can see and detect traps, or Travel, do you want to lead the way?
Definitely not leading the way.
Make way, this is my job.
Right.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Achilles, you kind of
The
press up
mage
against
that
the
wants to
wall,
be a thief.
squeezes past you.
Let me go.
Right. Giant centipedes here, they are indifferent to your crew. They just continue living their best life, munching on whatever bugs are in the air.
Good morning.
Just a second, guys. Friends here. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. We left off with you guys sending Bethany ahead, right? So, the centipedes are chilling at that corner. Let's go over actions here so we know Bethany explores. Just to make sure, travel at this point, you just kind of want to wait for everyone to pass you so you can take up the rear, or something else.
Yes. Yes, that is pretty much the plan.
Alright, and then Syria, for your turn, you just want to start exploring after Bethany, or is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I want to go after Bethany, but I also want to equip my dagger and spear.
Yep, that's fine. You said staff?
Oh yeah, it is a staff. Yeah. Also, when does the torch run out?
The current torch is lit at 12:10. The current time is 13:30.
Oh.
So it dies at
We have no light.
No, it was lit at 12:10. So it should die at 13. Oh no, wait, no, it was lit at 13:10. Yeah, we refreshed it. My bad. We refreshed it earlier, like after lunch. It was 13:10.
Oh, okay.
We lit it up. I forgot to update that. Yeah, it should die at 14:10, right? So that's when it should die. It's 13:30, so we've got 40 minutes left with it. Good amount of time. 4 turns left. By the way, there's a spear down here if you wanted that instead. I think it was tossed down by Achilles.
Yeah, I trust that.
Do you want that spear? It's better than your staff.
Yeah,
Is
I'll
this big
take it back.
much? Yeah, then I'll do that, and I will leave
You just
my
can't
staff
wear it.
on the ground because I don't want it anymore.
You
I don't
can,
want my staff.
You don't want it at all? Okay. Guess
No,
it's dead
I want
weight.
to put it down, and then I can sling the spear, correct?
Yeah, you could. You could take the sling off the staff and put on the spear instead.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
major
let's do
upgrade.
that.
Okay. And I have just a random staff on the floor now. Okay. Alright, and then Navy, your turn. Do you just want to explore after Siri or something else?
I want to wait in the back
Okay.
just to see what's up ahead.
Alright, let them go ahead. So you'll stay behind for now.
Mhm.
Okay. Alright, Achilles, do you want to explore after the crew or something else?
Yeah, I'll follow the
Advance.
after Bethany. After all, she was the one who suggested we should follow the party out here. I mean, come look for this mine ourselves.
Alright, so Bethany's going in first. Suppose between Siri and Achilles, who would go in after next? Between the two of you. The fighter or the elf? Elf? Okay. So, travel.
Well, obviously, the long years need to stay in the back.
Alright, well, Bethany, before you even go in, right, you're prodding into the chamber, you're also exploring, or observing from the entry. They couldn't see into it because they didn't have a torch, but because you have a torch, before you even enter, you can already see what's in there, right? So we're gonna find out what's in there real quick. Rolling the dice. It's an open cavern so far for sure, right? We'll see. It's pretty empty. Oh. Pretty barren, yeah, for the most part. Okay. Alright, there's only one thing in there, and that's kind of toward the south. Let's see what it is. Okay. Alright, you can see toward here appears to be a small fire pit. And then yeah, that's all you see. It smells musty in this chamber. It's starting to smell pretty musty. Like a wet dog. Smells like wet dog. Do you want to explore south or southwest into the chamber, Bethany? As you prod the floor for traps.
I'll explore south.
Okay, and then do you want two columns behind Bethany, or Siri, do you want to be beside her as she explores? or behind her?
Yeah, I'll go beside her.
Isn't Gongi believe she actually is worth something?
And then Navy, you want to follow after them and keep your distance, or do you want to like?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll follow.
Yeah, because you have no light back there. Right. Take up the rear. Travel wanted to take up the
May
rear,
I
but you ended up
suggest?
taking the rear. Right,
May
guess
I
you both go.
suggest you all surround the fire pit, and I will probe it with my pole.
Surround the fire pit. Yeah. So you're prodding in. You prod at the fire pit. As you prod at the fire pit.
Not until they get in position.
Oh,
Not until
not
they
yet.
get in position.
All right. So you never prod the fire pit. You just prod the floor around it. No traps were triggered, or you prod the floor that you advanced onto. You asked them to surround it, but as you proceeded in, your light reveals numerous sleeping creatures along the south wall. They are humanoid, large humanoids. Total of 2. There are 2 of them there, resting along the wall there.
I mean, they're already asleep. I don't need to sleep them.
Yeah, they're already sleeping. In their hands, they rest against their pole arms. They're large humanoid monsters. Let me see if I can find a token for them. Alright. Don't exactly have one yet. Let me grab one real quick. Alright, they appear to be large, hyena-like men, resting against the wall against their polearms. Bethany, how do you want to react to this as you spot these or discover these things sleeping? What's your reaction?
I just turn to the others and I point.
Okay, so just let them know that's what you guys see. Siri, how would you like to react to the situation? She was like, as you were advancing, she was whispering for you guys to surround the fire pit, but then suddenly she kind of looks and sees what's ahead and points them out, right? So Siri, you want to surround? Yeah.
I go stab one.
You want to charge it, or you want to sneak up to it, or something else?
I want to sneak up on the opposite side.
Okay.
Away from the group.
Sure.
Just a little bit, and then yeah.
Achilles, what would you like to do?
Well, Siri was sneaking up, right? I'll do the same from the other side.
Alright, from the east? Okay. And then Navy and Trouble, you guys start to explore in there. I guess Navy can go first and then Trouble. As they advance upon 2 enemies that have been pointed out by Bethany, Navy, what would you like to do? Do you want to stay back, or do you want to advance with him, or something else?
Go to the area where Siri is sneaking up on the other monster.
Okay.
So I can,
back her up? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Travel, do you want to move south then into the chamber after your crew? Prepare to stab?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we kind of sneak up on them. And we're going to roll a... they are sleeping. They sleep during the day, typically, it looks like. But there's a chance you'll steer them away, right? So your character got the surprise on them for free, because you carefully advanced in there as the party prod at the floor. Mostly was kind of quiet. However, with all the little bits of noise you've made and the light touching their faces, there's a chance they'll wake up. They're pretty lazy, so I'm going to say it's going to be the same as a surprise roll, but opposite. So 2 in 6 chance that they wake up from this, right? So 1 or 2 on this d6 means they wake up during your sneak, right? your approach. They remain dead asleep, right? They are lazy looking hyena men, very large and beefy looking though, right? Siri gets close enough with her spear to stab him. Where do you want to stab? His face, his throat, his chest, his arm?
Straight in the eye.
Straight through the eye.
Go
Straight
for
to
the
that.
throat.
And then
Oh yeah, the throat. Yeah, I want to go for his throat.
the throat. All right, you kind of ready your spear, pointing it toward the throat, ready to stab. Achilles gets into position, ready to stab as well. Bethany, if you want, you can back up, let Travel
Yeah,
go
I'll
first.
stab the throat. I'll stab the throat as well.
You guys want to switch spots?
Yeah, I'll back up like you suggest.
All right, so you'll switch spots with Travel. Let everyone get in position first before the stab. Or did anyone want to stab before everyone got into position, or did you just all want to wait until you all were ready?
No, we do it at the same time.
All right, and then Navy, anything you wanted to do as they prepare to stab?
Yeah, so GM, you're gonna need to reposition me there. I'll be behind the fighter. Yeah, that makes sense.
Navy, anything you want to do
Cool.
as they get ready to stab?
I'll have my scroll ready, my shield scroll ready. If
Combat breaks out, you can cast it.
Yeah, combat breaks off.
All right, you have the scroll of shield ready. All right, so Siri, you give it a stab, right? Typically, if something's sleeping, you can just automatically kill it, but they're supposed to be on guard actually, and they're pretty big as well. So, unless you stab in an area that doesn't typically kill them, you will give them a chance to survive. You went for his eye socket, or no, his throat. Yeah.
No, I changed it. Throat.
Throat. Okay, so you went for his throat, and he's already asleep. So the spear enters his throat, and he's not completely helpless. Typically, if you're completely helpless, like magically slumbered, you will just automatically die. But he's not completely helpless, so he can wake up while you're stabbing his throat, right? And maybe he can prevent the spear from getting any deeper, right? He might be able to react. So in that case, we'll have you roll damage still with your spear, but it'll be double naturally because it's going for a weak point, and you've got a huge advantage here, right? So they are not double your size, so the damage isn't reduced, but they are definitely larger than men and elves. All right, 7 damage to him, and he has a total of 9 hit points. He's barely alive, right? Spear in his throat. He's coughing blood a little bit. Like, he managed to wake up just in time to put his hands on the spear before it can go very deep, right? So, or be pulled out and finish him off, causing him to bleed out. But yeah, you've caused him 7 points of damage. No,
I would say that's definitely a throat.
actually, yeah, nah, you're not gonna roll damage. Never mind. If you stab him in the throat, he's dead. Yeah, so he's gonna be dying. There's no chance actually. Yeah, you stab him in the throat. He grabs at it but no, he wakes up to it maybe, but it's too late, right? You pull out, he's already dead, right? So he's basically helpless. Yeah, my bad. I shouldn't give them yeah. They don't really have any chance at this point. 2 guys here stabbing into the throat, maybe in the face of this guy, right? Your spears puncture his throat and face. He's asleep. He's helpless, right? And he dies, right? You pull out, blood spurts out. You kill 2 gnolls immediately. They are sitting among a sack of treasure. It looks like they got free treasure here under their butts, right? That they're sleeping among their treasure. So a smaller wandering treasure here, or treasure patch. Not a layer treasure, but it's a small patch of treasure. Better than nothing. If you want, you can check that out. Just count it out and see what you got. Otherwise, you've been pretty quiet, and the way west is clear now. So all threats have been dealt with in this area, it seems, so far. The only way forward is to the west. Starting with Siri, immediately after killing them, do you want to start looting them, or do you want to take a guard position to the west, or something else?
I want to loot them and then split between all of us evenly.
Okay. So Siri immediately gets over to the remains and starts looting. Navy, in the meantime, do you want to stand watch? Do you want to help loot, or something else?
I want to cover the extra entrance to the left.
Okay.
Just to check out if there's anything coming out.
Right. It's really dark over there. Travel back to you. Siri's moving into loot. Navy's moving into guard, or to scout the next exit. Do you want to help loot or something else?
Yeah, I'd like to help loot, but carefully. I'd like to use a spear just to prod around for any traps first.
Okay. So before you advance, you start prodding. You're prodding the floor ahead, or you're prodding the corpses, or what are you prodding?
The money, but yeah, and anything around it.
Alright, you prod their money.
I'm not really sure what it looks like.
Okay. Yeah, you prod at their treasure that they're sitting upon. Right. Looks like a sack of some kind. Achilles. Do you want to help loot or something else? Travel's starting to prod at the money bags. Siri's moving in anyway.
Considering the fact that there's an opening to the west, I'll probably go over there and keep an eye on it.
Alright, try to make your way west. Kind of like need to get around, right? You wait for some space to open up. Bethany, do you want to just
And
you want to move in and provide torchlight, Bethany, or something else?
Exactly. Yeah, I'll move in to provide torchlight.
Okay. All right. So Siri and Travel, you get over to the remains. 2 dead hyena-like men, right? Some of you might know what these are, right? Let's see. They have equipment if you're interested, but more importantly is the treasure you both are after. Siri, you start going through the treasure as Travel pokes at it, at least at some of it, right? Let's go over the value of the treasure real quick. Yeah, okay. Alright, so D12. Okay. For the first part of the treasure, you've got yourself, let's see, 200. 200 pieces of copper valuables, right? Whether it be small trinkets, coins, and such. There are 200 pieces of copper so far, at the very least. So that's the first thing you're able to discover among their loot pile.
Right.
It's 200 copper pieces. Alright, besides that, you also discover that there is also silver pieces among their hoard of treasure. Let's see. That they were sitting on. So they're sitting on some treasure. They were just guarding it. So we've got 200 more pieces. Or not 200. Let's see. It's a 1d6. Alright, it's a 100 pieces of silver that they sit upon.
400 pieces of silver?
100 pieces of silver.
100.
100.
100?
Yeah.
Starts with an O, rhymes with 1.
Right, so sacks of treasure, right? They're sitting upon, right? And let's see if there's anything else. Alright. No jewelry. No gems. And no magic items. Right, so yeah, a hoard of treasure, right, in their sacks that they hold around the dungeon. I guess they're sleeping, they're using them as beds, it looks like. Right, so 2 sacks of treasure that you open up and, let's see. Alright, doesn't appear to be trapped, nothing blew up in your hands or anything. Travel poked it while you were going through them, opening them up and kind of getting a rough idea of how much there is. Yeah, 200 pieces of copper, 100 pieces of silver, right?
Can I split that between all of us so we all get into our own turns?
Let's do that when we get back.
What do you think?
I think actually no, it's all gonna be copper pieces.
No.
It's none of it's silver actually, because it's a sack full.
Oh,
right?
you.
Sorry, it's gonna be 1,200 coppers, right? Because 100 coppers is 1 pound, so that's 12 pounds worth of copper right there. So they used it as like a pillow, if anything. It's not a lot of copper technically. It's only 12 pounds of copper. So they used the sack as like a pillow together, or they sat on it, right, or like sitting next to it. So that would make the most sense, like a small little pillow of
It's a
copper.
beanbag chair.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you can loot it. That's a pretty good haul right there. It's worth 12 gold or 12 experience if you manage to recover this from the dungeon. Your kills were each worth about 2 XP as well, right? And their heads have bounties on them, right? So you can sell their heads back in town.
Yeah, I'll take the heads.
All right. Trouble is busy sawing the heads off with his spear. Siri is busy taking the sack of treasure. This is a sack of treasure, so you have to carry it by hand. Unless you want to pour the treasure in your knapsack, then you can just wear it instead of carry it. But I don't know if there's
Yeah, I
space in
think
your
I'll do
knapsack.
that.
Let's see. Let me check if there's any space left in your bag. Your knapsack. Alright, your knapsack doesn't have too much in there, I think. It's got food, bracelets maybe. Alright, yeah, it's mostly empty.
Can I hand them out?
Your flower bracelets?
Mhm.
Sure. Do you want to hand them out, or do you want to put the copper in there? You get 1 action, so.
Oh,
I
okay.
think she wanted to split the copper up among us,
Oh,
so we
split
can
it,
each carry
so
a
you all
portion.
carry your own portion?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Okay.
Originally.
How about we get the bracelets after we survive?
Oh yeah,
How
definitely.
about we
definitely.
get the fuck out of here?
Well,
Yeah,
no-
we technically already won. If you want to go deeper, you can, but like I said, as soon as you make profit, you can extract and win the game, right?
I
Wait,
think
how
we
much?
split
How much
it.
did we? If we split it, how much is it per person?
Well,
You
it's
said 200 copper.
1,200
Well,
copper total.
5 of us.
1,200.
About 600
Oh,
or
that's a lot.
It's about 250 apiece, something like that.
Well, if you think about it, if we split
That's
evenly,
good.
then if someone dies, the rest of you earn profit still. You still have your portion of profit. If we all die,
Yes.
that's an issue. But if one of us dies, it's easier to extract than I carry all of it and then I die and then you guys can't get it and then we're screwed.
Yeah, let's split it up.
all right, split it up here.
I have an knapsack.
I don't think
Yeah,
everyone
let's split
has
it
one.
here.
Hopefully, everyone has something to carry it with.
I don't think I've got anything to carry it in.
Navy's got himself.
Bethany has stacks.
Yeah, technically, Navy has no way to carry it either. He has a scroll case with a ration in there somehow. He stuffed it in the scroll case. It looks like 'cause he doesn't have a bag. And then
He's
same
got it
with the
stuck in his
fighter.
belt.
Carry his portion.
So yeah, you might have to
He's
carry
got some
their
beef jerky stuck in his belt.
yeah something like that. You might have to carry their portion of the
I
treasure.
can carry his portion.
Um,
The people that can't carry it, I'll carry it for them. But the rest can get it.
I have a sack of sacks. Just saying.
Okay, maybe we can assign.
Do you want to split it down the
Yeah.
middle?
Maybe Siri and Bethany will carry the treasure. 600, 600. Make it easier.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. So Bethany, and I'll annotate this treasure separately from your personal funds so that you don't get confused later.
It's only 6 pounds, so yeah, it shouldn't be too encumbered.
Torches do we have left?
All right.
I should have the one in my hand plus 2, I think.
So how much we have left? We have 2 left.
It's a pretty good haul right now that we're at. But also we haven't sustained any real losses yet, so technically you could go deeper, right?
We lost a person.
Oh yeah, we did lose one person to a very
It wasn't a
Basic
real
mistake.
loss.
Yeah.
Apparently.
We couldn't grab his stuff, bro.
Yeah, that's
How
too bad.
far Navy see?
about we
Navy,
throw
yeah,
a
oh yeah,
torch?
Navy. So while they were looting, Bethany provided torchlight. Trouble was collecting heads. Achilles was moving in to help Navy guard, and Navy was of course observing into the next area. I have to draw it out. So while you guys were busy looting, he was mapping out the next area and of course carefully exploring or observing into the next area, which appears to be a very, very large chamber continuing to the southwest. Here we've got ourselves a tunnel going north. We've got this massive expanse of a chamber proceeding southwest. It it's large because it's just very vast. You don't see anything. Right. Yeah.
So there's something moving very fast in there.
Possibly.
Fuck.
Can we discuss while you're doing this? Can I discuss and count that as a point?
No, because technically this is what they were doing while you guys were looting, right? So it's their turn right now. So right. Right. So they were quiet and patient when it was your turn to do things. Now it's their turn. So Navy and Achilles, as you looked into this chamber, was there anything else you wanted to do or say while they were doing that?
I mean, I would suggest we head back. That's because we're about to hit the 3-hour mark.
Oh yeah, we're running out of game time.
Wait, what time is it?
We've been playing for almost 3 hours, and that's the max time usually we'll play for. So we should probably wrap this up, yeah. If that's all right with everyone.
Bro, let's go back and awaken the demon baby.
You guys want to do that?
As like an ending.
Why don't we take it with us, cash out our money, and then awaken it in the middle of town?
Oh my god, bro.
Jesus
I agree.
Christ, you guys are cruel.
Alright, so to sum up the story, are we all actually on board with carrying out the demon statue and bringing it back to town? It's very heavy. And you have no means to carry it.
Yeah, how would we do that? Do we have
Don't
a
we have a
wagon?
cart? Yeah, don't we have a cart?
The cart doesn't belong to you though. It belongs to the miners, and it's already full. It's got 300 pounds on there.
Wait.
Oh,
Is the statue heavy?
It's very heavy. It's a stone statue, about 3 feet by 3 feet by 3
Okay,
feet.
bro.
fucking
It held our
let's-
weight. It held our
let's
weight as
wait.
we climbed down. I'm just saying, it's pretty heavy.
Let's just awaken it.
no.
It's a-
I am not.
Maybe for another
It's
adventure.
a
I'm
tiny
not
little
jogging.
demon, bro.
Why don't the rest of us go back to town, and then you can come back and awaken it?
I agree.
We do have.
Oh
two
yeah,
floating
Egan,
spells.
if it's possible, during this entire conversation, cut off their fucking heads.
Yep, Travel did that already.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay.
Charlotte did it.
Okay, can we like
Alright, so to wrap this
put the
up,
miners to sleep too, so we can get extra gold, extra copper?
are we on
We
board
can
with
bring
that?
it back. We can bring it back
How?
because we've got 2 floating disc spells, and I'm pretty sure it's about
I was
an hour
just
or
thinking
2
about that.
journey. Mhm.
What's the maximum weight that the floating disc can carry?
500 pounds.
Like 5,000 gold. Then.
Yeah.
5,000 gold. It should be able to carry that statue.
Yeah, let's do it.
But I'm not helping with that fucking statue. Let's
Okay.
just go home.
Very well, Pansy. We'll get the statue and then we'll go home.
Alright, we need to
Might
agree
be like
on
a
something.
collector. A collector might buy it.
Alright, so you all get
Yeah,
a
we
single
can sell it.
action, so you all can choose what your character specifically will do then, right? Instead of what the group will do, since you all are not agreeing with one action, right? So, starting with Siri, what do you think we should do? Should we just haul out the treasure we have, right, and like get back to town, or do you want to actually use floating disc and help hold the statue back, or something else? What's your idea?
Floating disc.
Okay.
Stella, let's
I
go!
want
Let's
the
go!
Alright, and then Navy, you're gonna help Siri hold that treasure back to town, right? The statue?
Yeah.
Okay. So by the way, it's roughly a 2-hour journey back to town, right? But if you carry that statue by a floating disc, it'll only last an hour. So you're able to get it halfway back to town, right? And then after that, you have to either leave it behind until you can bring it back to town next time, or you'll have to carry it by hand, right? Which in that case you'll
Well,
need
we've got 2 floating discs.
Oh, we do?
Yeah,
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh yeah, we do. Okay, so that should last the entire 2-hour duration then. So, our floating disc casters, who are they? Siri and who else?
Me.
You
Blue.
already used your spell
Yeah.
for the day, right? Didn't you?
Oh,
You used dream magic, so you can't
oh.
unless you had a scroll of it.
Bro, I'll be there for moral support.
Yeah,
We'll
you
carry it back.
So you'll have to carry it back. In that case, you'll have to have enough capacity, strength capacity to carry it back. And I suppose if you do that, it is possible. 4 people should be enough to hold it back to town at the very slowest rate. The only risk of that is just the time constraints, right? So it will take a long time to hold it back. It's possible, but then with the longer duration of the trip, the higher chance of an attack, right? Are you willing to take that risk?
May I make a suggestion? Why don't we ditch the miners and take their cart?
What about the copper in it?
The whole
Yeah,
job, all of that's just 30 coppers. We've got way more than that with us.
I'm not gonna lie. Let's ditch the 30 copper and just place the statue in the cart.
Let's
What
do
the fuck
that.
is wrong with you people?
All right. Bear in mind, if word gets out of your crimes, right, you'll become a chaotic crew, right? And
I won't be a part of this.
as a chaotic crew, you won't be allowed into
Yeah,
towns
me
anymore.
either.
Or you won't be allowed into at least towns that know you're chaotic, right? That you're a criminal.
We'll just say we borrowed the cart. It's fine. It's not that bad.
What if
Sure,
nobody
go
finds
ahead.
out because there's
And-
no snitches?
There
Oh my
would
god,
be
yeah.
an
That's
investigation
true.
most likely conducted.
Let's say we lost them. Let's say we lost them to hyena human people.
Yes, and then we kill the hyena human people. Hence, we are heroes.
I would
Yeah.
like to go ahead and start heading out at this point.
Yeah, I'll follow her.
So
Just
two
doing
members
what's
are
sane here.
in disagreement. Okay, so we're not having a discussion anymore. We've had too much talking, or you can't really discuss this long in the dungeon without there being an encounter. So we're making plans, but some of us are trying to head out. Let me check for encounters. All right, clear.
No.
We are headed out, but more importantly, you all had to choose actions, right? So, because we all did not agree on the same action. Some of you chose to stay back and discuss. So if you were discussing moments ago, your action wasn't to leave the dungeon yet. Your action was to make plans down in the depths. While others did not have to stay behind and listen to you guys discuss, possibly committing crime.
Oh my god, I have an idea.
So, hold up, it's not your
What?
turn
What
anymore.
if we pay them?
We'll have to, yeah,
Pay
maybe you can pay
the
them,
miners.
Oh,
right? I mean, you've got way more copper than their ore is worth, right? So,
oh my god, let's pay for the cart, and then get rid of the copper ore, and then just place the statue.
Fair enough.
all right, you can suggest that on your next turn,
Are
but
you noticing the fact that me and Bethany are
I'm
leaving?
trying to listen.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
trying
Bro,
to,
it's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
brother.
You know what?
Oh.
You won't get the profit of the statue then.
Wait, guys, before
So-
we talk about all of this, Bethany does need to split the copper before she heads out.
So
We can split it back.
some of you are gonna use your turn to make plans, okay? But not everyone here wants to listen to you make plans. Some of us want to escape, and on their turn, they have a chance to do that. So before anyone continues, please don't interrupt. We gotta make sure the other players have a turn to take an action as well.
Okay.
We know that Siri is on board with floating the statue out of here. Nevi is on board with discussing plans of the statue and taking the cart. Achilles, of course, is not trying to stay here and listen to that. He was leaving, right? So, left. Travel, of course, is on board. He was discussing plans with the statue and such, or regarding the
Yeah,
statue.
so I'm with the floating disc idea.
Statue. And then Bethany, of course, left as well, right? You two left. Now, before they left, of course,
Right.
Siri helped them or Siri needed them to stay back so they can split the treasure now. And also bear in mind, we'll have to split the party, and therefore you'll need a different torchbearer for the crew staying back. And also, you need 4 men to carry. Or no, wait, you shouldn't need it actually if you have the cart and if you have 2 scrolls or two floating discs. You only have 1. But anyway, these 2 are not on board with your plan, right? They're about to leave, and they'll light up a new torch for you guys, or will, I suppose, right? So, one for their party, one for your party before they leave. Or actually, let's see, the current time is 13:30, and or no, it shouldn't be 13:30. The current time we'll say is 13:40. The torch is to die. Wait, let's see. It's been about 2 turns actually. Yeah, I rolled 2 times earlier. So it's about 1350. Their torch will be dead in 20 minutes, so that's enough time for them to escape. They'll light you guys a fresh torch so you guys can figure out your statue thing, right? Is that fine, Bethany? You want to provide them a fresh torch?
That's fine.
I mean, it's
Sure.
up to Bethany. All right. So she's the torch bearer.
You got Navy and Achilles mixed up. Achilles is leaving, not Navy.
Oh yeah, my bad. Achilles and Bethany are headed out. When it comes to treasure splits, though, Bethany, since you're only carrying your share and Achilles' share, you'll give 200, or let's see, you've got 600, right? Originally, it was going to be divided 5 ways, right? So let me get the calculator out. 1,200 divided by 5, 240 each. So
250 apiece. It's in 250.
240, 1,200 divided by 5, right?
Okay.
So it's 240. So you'll keep 480 on you, and you'll give the rest to Siri, right? So if we do the calculator, 1,200 minus 480 is 720. So Siri, on your sheet now, when it comes to the party treasure, you're accounted for carrying 720 pieces of it, while Bethany is carrying 480. Right. Alright, so Bethany's and Achilles are on the way out. Headed out to the rope, right, that's secured, and they're climbing out. In the meantime, you guys have a fresh torch, and we're in the middle of figuring things out. So, we're going to start with,
Well, which one of them has it?
I suppose,
I think maybe she carried the torch.
a Navy.
I'll carry the torch, it's fine.
Oh wait, sure.
That
Whoever
wasn't
the
the question.
lowest health.
Alright, who's going to carry?
I'm carrying the null hits.
Yeah, he's got the
well.
heads.
Okay,
Shouldn't we get a share of the null heads? What's the, what are
whoever
the null
attacked
heads
them
for?
should keep it, right?
No, it's party treasure.
Well,
Okay.
How about we work it out, like, when we get to town? Because I want to.
We're not gonna make it back to town because that statue's gonna kill all of you. You should give us all the gold and the null heads, and we'll meet you back in town. Okay?
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I trust
Yeah,
Bethany
no.
more than I
You know
trust
what, guys?
anyone here.
I do trust these guys. They're good eggs.
I would say it would be fair because Bethany.
I'm sure they'll give us back our copper.
Yeah, you can give them one head. Your party can keep the other head, right? Bethany was a torchbearer. Without her, you couldn't see. Achilles helped to kill this one. Siri killed this one by herself, right? So your crew can keep one. They can take one, right? So that would make it fair, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, the head between the two of you, I suppose Achilles will carry one of the heads, right? Slinging head, I suppose. Bethany pulling torch. And then out of you three, who's our new torchbearer? It's going to be Navy, right? So. Right. Your party's being split, so you guys can no longer communicate. You have separate turns. At least, between these two different groups, right? Alright. And then torch and staff. Alright. Is that right, Navy? You want torch and staff?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so first we're going to start this crew. They're headed out. So the only way out of here that you can see is the cliff. So I suppose that's what you want to do, right? Climb the rope out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's make sure there's no one upstairs waiting for you. So we're going to make an encounter check.
Is this where the miners cut the rope and leave us to die?
Minus wrecked. They're indifferent to your crew. Right. You guys are just business partners. Though you guys have been pretty hostile toward them.
Bethany.
Anyway, you've both climbed out without any issues, right? So you guys can begin your travels home unless there's anything else you want to do. Alright, Bethany,
Yeah,
Achilles
let's meet
wants to
up with the
discuss.
miners and head back with them.
Alright.
Is there Achilles, were you trying to discuss something?
Well,
We-
no,
we-
I just find
Come
it
on.
amazing the fact that they actually trust us to leave. Like, we could cut the rope and leave them to die down there now.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just meet up with the miners and head back with them.
Yeah.
We can
We,
provide.
we will help the miners get the fuck out of here.
All right. They do question the fact
cart.
that there's only 2 of you, right? I know the cart will go with 2, but you know,
Oh
Yeah,
no!
like
yeah,
they say, should we
discuss
wait
it.
for your companions? Right?
We want the miners too. I want to discuss with them, like buying the cart.
Yeah, we need to get the car.
Hey,
It's too
listen, you
fucking
guys are not
bad.
there. You guys
You
are not
guys
there.
are down there. Me and the
No, bro, I'm going up. I'm going up.
No, you're in
We're
the
all
middle
going
of
up.
planning and discussing, right? So you can't do 100 things at once. You guys took your turn to discuss and plan. They left while you guys were discussing and planning.
We're
So
being double crossed, guys.
Bro.
Bethany and Achilles,
we leave with the miners.
You know what? We're awakening the demon baby, and we're gonna tell him about
Alright.
you, and he's gonna come get your toes.
so
Come on, that's not betrayal. You guys were just gonna use the disc to catch up with the miners anyway and try to buy the cart. That's all we're.
The cart would be
saying
so
the
much
miners.
He
easier
would have,
to
Alright.
move
he
the
would have
statue.
Hold up,
definitely
hold
bought
up.
it.
guys,
Yeah.
we cannot
Okay,
discuss because we're not together, right? That's the final warning.
Me and
Alright,
Bethany
otherwise
is
we're gonna have to
nowhere
start
near
meeting
you guys. You guys are fucking
you
down
guys,
there.
right?
We're not doing
We're
anything
fucking
bad. We're just gonna buy the cart.
Alright, last chance, okay? Come on.
Leave
Achilles?
the miners with us. Just go, and we'll help the miners.
Miners are indifferent to us. They're going back on their own. We're just catching up with them and tagging
Yeah, I
along.
think it's too late. It's too late, guys.
Okay.
Alright, finally. Okay.
Hold up. If it's not your
Yeah, so
turn, you
me
shouldn't
and
be
Bethany
speaking.
are gonna catch up with the miners and get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so Bethany and Achilles, it's your turn still. You meet up with the miners, and they're uncertain. They're confused. Like, where's the rest?
You want the long? They're trying to take the. They're gonna take the statue, and take it with them back to town. I don't know why.
All right. So
Yeah, we thought it would be best to accompany you back to town and let them deal with that on their own.
they react positively and say, "We were ready to leave as soon as possible, but we do have some concerns. We hired your crew to escort us and protect us on the way back. And are you sure that the 2 of you are going to be willing to escort us? Not really an issue, I'm going to say. We're still on board with leaving, but are you sure you want to leave without your crew?"
Yes.
We could prefer to wait for them. We're open to that, but it's your decision.
All right, you leave it up to the miners.
Yeah.
They're uncertain. They're confused. They're like, well, we would like to leave, and we do want to survive the journey back. So we'd prefer if we wait for your crew members. As we hired your entire crew, so we're hoping to leave with your entire crew.
Well, if they make it up here safely with that statue, then hopefully nothing will go wrong thereafter. If there is something wrong, I hope that it will happen down there, not up here.
Let's wait an hour for them. If they're not back by then, we can assume they were killed.
I can agree with this.
Agreed.
Okay. In the meantime, now we're back to the other group. And, alright. Please, if it's not your turn, you're not supposed to be talking, right? So I'll admit you guys, but let's not do it again. Okay.
Alright.
It's just the 2 of them. Alright, so Siri, Nivy, and Travel. The others have left long while ago after you guys, many plans on how you would extract the statue, whether you would negotiate with the miners, or you would just carry it back by hand, or be forced to drop it off in the middle of the woods. How would you like to proceed? Starting with Siri, do you want to continue planning and discussing, or do you want to take action?
I think we discussed enough. I think we should go back up, or at least not making our way up. If any of them want to talk, then they can, obviously.
Alright, so yeah, Siri just makes a suggestion. We should head out, or at least make our way out of level 2. Travel, what do you think? You want to keep planning and discussing, or you want to take action?
No, I wanna head out as fast as possible. So if we're taking the statue on the floating disc, let's do that. If not, let's just hightail it out of here and buy the cart from those miners.
Right. Okay, so you make suggestions, but you're ready to move, right? So you start with suggestions. You're like discussing what you think we should do before you start moving, and
No, I
Right.
guess so.
because you can't move and then
if there's
suggest
no
it if
floating
they're not
disc,
with
I'm
you.
just moving.
Right. So you make plans first with them before you move, but you're moving
We're
right
just
after
like
your
this.
plans. And then Navy, for your turn, did you want to make plans with the crew, or did you want to start moving?
I said we pop the questions to the miners, see if it's good with them. I mean, we're not doing anything bad. We're just gonna buy the cart.
True. Let's move out.
Alright, and then Siri, I suppose you want to follow them out, right?
Go on, Siri. Let's get going.
Okay. So their party is exploring out of here. Okay. The time and your torches were lit at 1350. And you start moving at 1400. Right. So your party is making their way to the cliff. You can see the rope is still there. I can start climbing out, right? Nothing has occurred since the last time you were here. So, is there anything else you guys want to do besides climb out?
No. We'll
Alright, just get out of
get
here.
to the rest of the party.
Get to dungeon level 1 first. Alright, so you're in the middle of climbing out to dungeon level 1?
Oh, wait, can I check something?
Sure.
Can I check something real quick, actually?
Yeah.
Can I check to see if there's anything in the puddle, like with the bones and stuff, if there's anything left behind?
Good idea.
Do you want to ask him to wait for you? Because Travel's trying to climb, but he sees what you're about to do.
Oh.
You need at least Navy to stay by,
Oh,
so
wait.
you can provide light.
Let him climb up, but stay with I want Navy to stay with me.
Navy,
Yeah.
is that fine with you?
Let's have Navy stay, but him start climbing up.
Right. Travel, you climb up, is that fine? You're on your own up here. Or it's daylight up here.
Okay.
Let's check for any encounters up here, if you're alone or not. There's someone up here with you. Let's see what it is. Alright. I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna roll a 20 and find out. Alright, that doesn't make sense, so we're gonna replace it with the actual monsters that live here. So when you get up here, Travel, you find a group of orcs up here. The party here is outside encamped, away from the entrance, safe distance, right? Cart is nowhere to be seen because the party's a safe distance away. They're not just gonna go camping next to the dungeon. So they're a safe distance away from the entrance. But when you get up here, there's a group of orcs investigating their broken trap. 4 orcs total. And let me see if they're surprised or not. They are not surprised, and you are not surprised. So you get up here and they're already ready for you, right? They're gonna react. They heard someone climbing up. You peek over the ledge and you see 4 orcs just kind of hanging out, right? So 4 orcs hanging
That's
out.
gonna be fun.
Let's see, the reaction to you is confused and uncertain, right? They start winking at each other and winking at you. What do you want to do in reaction? Do you want to talk with them? Do you want to climb back down? Do you want to climb out?
If they're confused, then it should give me the time to cast a spell.
By the way,
I'd
your
like to
spear and
cast
your
sleep.
heads are not in your hands because you had to climb. You had to chuck those things up, right? Or you slung your spear onto yourself because you have a weapon sling for it. But the heads you threw up here, right? So you've got one head up here that you threw up to the top. Right, that's your bounty.
Okay, cool. But if they're confused, shouldn't it give me time to cast a spell?
Well, they're not like surprised. They're just talking among themselves. Like, should we attack him, or you know? So if you start casting it, they're not just gonna watch you cast it. They can react, right? So you got one hand on the rope and one hand you can cast with, right? You want to cast? They'll see
How
you
far
casting.
away is the camp?
Your camp is, you don't see it, but it's a safe distance from outside the cave entrance, right?
Approximately how far?
You don't know because you can't see it.
Because I can't see it. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to. Well, if my party come through, then it's us against 4 orc, which probably won't turn out good anyway. I am going to
You have a
Take
maximum
a
of 1
chance.
minute to take an action.
Yeah, fuck it. Who cares, man? I'm gonna cast sleep.
Alright, you start casting on them. As you start to cast your
Yep.
spell on them, of course, that is a hostile action. So basically, you start to cast against them, and they're gonna react to that, right? If they're within morale, they'll attack. If they're not, they're gonna fall back, right? Take cover. So, morale check. Pass. They attack. You show hostile intent. They immediately start thrusting their spears and moving their axes at you, right? So, this one here has an axe. This has a spear, axe, spear, right? So the axemen charge you. The spearmen stab at you. You're in the middle of casting, and if they hit you while you're casting, it interrupts your spell. They also have advantage while you're in the middle of casting. You're holding on to the rope with one hand. The other hand, you're gesturing. You have nothing covering you, nothing to protect you while you're casting. Casting is a very vulnerable thing, right? It's very powerful, but you're very vulnerable when you're casting, right? So they charge you as you start casting, and as long as they all miss their attacks, your spell will go off without a hitch, right? But they all have to miss. And you have to see your targets. So you stay here, you cast straight in front of them. And if you're super lucky and good armor, you'll be able to cast without anything happening, right, to you. While Travel tries this very, very risky move, the crew outside, right, you guys have been camping a safe distance from the entrance, right, as the miners would suggest, probably, right, not to just wait super close to the entrance where monsters can just charge them and take all their loot. So let's say you're a safe distance away at that point, watching the cave from a distance. Let's say a safe distance of 2d6 times 10 feet, 50 feet away from the entrance roughly. But you hear commotion in there, right? Like you hear sudden like ruckus within the cavern. Would you guys want to react to that, or stay away and remain safe?
Bethany, shit's happening. You want to help them?
If they've awakened that creature, no. There's nothing I can do.
And there's nothing. You don't have any idea of what's going on in there except there's noise.
I suspect they've awakened that statue, and it's gonna kill them. And there's nothing I can do because it's a construct. It's gonna be immune to any spells that I can use. And I mean, if they make it out here, if they flee, and the thing follows them, I'll try to take some shots. But I'm probably gonna just run away.
Fair enough. I guess I'll stay here then.
Alright. Yes, wait out
I mean,
here.
you raise a good point. If it's the fucking creature, we're fucked.
Yeah, not trying to die over all that. Okay. Back to the two downstairs. As soon as you let him go up there, you guys were busy messing with the pool. So while he was climbing up there, right before all that ruckus, Siri started checking out the pool with Navy providing torchlight. Siri, what did you want to do to the pool? It's very murky and dirty, and there's bones kind of sticking out of it. It's a shallow pool of water, dirty water. You want to stir it? Move the murk out of the way?
Can I move it out the way with my spear? Like,
Sure.
the wooden end?
Yeah, definitely. Right. You move it around, and you see at the bottom of the pool there's an old, moldy looking chest. It's a wooden chest there. Small wooden chest. Among all the bones is a small wooden chest. Alright. Do you want to get it out? Reach in there and pull it out?
Can I open it with the spear from afar? Is that possible? Or like move it around with the spear, make sure there's nothing underneath it?
Yeah. You can move it around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if I can fish it out.
Before you start moving it around though, and Ivy, while you were providing torchlight, suddenly, you're about to start moving that chest after you're revealing it, when suddenly you hear a ruckus upstairs, right? What you hear is charging steps, and then of course a sudden kind of shout of arcane runes, right? Or sudden commands, right? So coming from, of course, Travel's position as he hangs on the rope. So do you want to stop what you're doing and react to that, or do you want to continue moving the chest?
I have a question.
What's up?
If I use a spell, is it gonna even reach up there, or do I have to see them?
You have to see your targets.
I have to see them.
Yeah, you can't see up there. You only can see his back right now. Maybe if they get close enough to the ledge, you might see like one or two, right? But there, it sounds like there's something's about to cut him
Can
down.
I pull him down?
You could, yeah. I mean, it's only a 15
Am I able
foot
to
climb.
grab him down?
You can just yank him
Yeah.
down, right? Save his life.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
He's maybe doing something that's
Mhm.
kind of suicidal. Right?
Yeah, I want to do that.
So you turn around, you yank him, right? Navy, anything you want to do? By the way, if you do that, you have to drop the spear and dagger, naturally. But you pick it up after.
Yeah. Can
Or
I
at least-
sheath them?
Or
Or have I not got time for that?
Not enough time, right? Imagine real life, right? It's just not enough time. So
Okay.
You
Yeah,
can-
I'll just drop it.
you just need one free hand, so you can just drop the dagger, right? Keep the stronger weapon, or do you want the dagger and drop the spear?
Yeah.
Which one
No,
do you
I'll
want to
drop
drop?
the dagger.
Okay. Your dagger falls to the floor. Annotate it. You can pick it up later. Alright, and Navy, how do you want to react to this? You can hear the commotion, you can hear the casting, you can hear the charging footsteps, you can see the small wooden chest. What do you
I
do?
want to stop Siri from yanking him down and suggest me using my shield scroll to get up and shield
Alright,
him from the orc attacks.
so do you want to suggest it,
As
or do you
we
want
go
to
up.
stop her? Because you see her turning around about to grab him off, right? The rope. And that's going to interrupt his spell. So do you want to like push her out of the way and stop her from pulling him? Or do you want to just suggest it to her?
I want to stop. I want to stop the pulling and
Okay.
suggest going up there and
Right.
using the scroll.
So it'll be a
Or
speed
shield.
check here,
Put the
basically.
Netflix.
So while these guys
Takes
charged
trouble.
Travel was casting the spell, and we're gonna roll initiative between Siri and Navy, pretty much, right? So Siri's fast enough or faster than Navy at pulling him. Siri, you see that Navy's about to push you. Do you want to just let him push you out of the way, or do you want to try to be faster than him and pull Travel down?
Faster.
You're trying to be
Faster.
faster. All right. So initiative roll. Yours is 5, and his is 6. Okay. And then speed bonuses. Siri is a fast elf. She has +2 bonus, so 7, and he is a normal elf, so +0. So even though he's very fast, this is the fastest he could ever be. You beat him by your natural talent. You have a bonus, right? So she's one of the fastest elves to ever exist. And Navy, you put all your effort into trying to push her, but she's just barely faster than you. And then you crash into the wall as you try to slam her away from your mate, right? And she ends up pulling him down the rope, interrupting his spell, so he just fizzes out in the air, brings him down into the floor, right? He falls down on her, and she saves his life. He was about to be ripped apart, right? Cut apart right there. But his spell is just fizzes out. All right, Travel, you're downstairs, and the orcs are on the ledge, right? At least 2 of them are visible, right? Standing on the ledge. The others are spearmen. They're further back. But you got these 2 who are visible to your crew. In the meantime, while all that was happening, back to this crew out here. You hear all the commotion there still, and Bethany explained her point that they're good as dead. We should get moving, and we'll give them a little time to maybe survive the combat. But otherwise, getting in there is too risky. So you naturally agreed with her and stayed back. But this turn, you want to change up your action, or you want to talk about anything, or just want to keep waiting?
No.
I want to equip my bow at least.
Okay. Yeah, you
I
don't need
mean,
this
I
torch.
would also equip my ranged weapon, which is the sling.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the sling equipped. Sling the head. You can sling the head at stuff.
All right. Yeah, the head and the sling. Yeah, you can just use the sling and kind of hook it through the eye socket or something, right? The 2 eyes, something like that, and then hang it on your belt.
Right, so I would like to move into position to attack the entrance to the cave, anything coming out of it, with my short bow.
All right, just get ready to shoot anything in there.
Yeah, it's short range.
Okay. Say you want to be 10 feet away from the entrance.
Well, short range is a lot further than
Okay.
that with a short bow.
All right, this wasn't to scale right here. You at camp. You want to stay at 50 feet? That should be short range of the entrance.
Yeah.
Alright. So this is not to scale, by the way, but this could be to scale. Okay. Back to the main conflict as you guys are ready to maybe cover their exit, right? Their retreat, if they manage to. Down here you got two orc X-Men who scared off Trouble, who was pulled down by Siri. Navy, of course, you try to push Siri out of the way, but you missed. Instead now, it's back to Siri. After you pulled Trouble down, he lands kind of on you, right? You know, you quickly push him off. But what do you want to do right after
Sorry
that?
about that, Mr. Siri.
What would be your follow-up action, Siri? Grab your dagger or something else? The orcs are right above you. You want to cast your spell?
Can I cast sleep on them?
Yep. So you start to cast a
And
spell
hope
on
they
the
top
two.
down or not?
And
You know,
yeah, as you're in the middle of casting, Trouble, do you want to prepare a weapon? Your spell went out, so your weapons were left upstairs, or no, your spear is still on you. Your head is upstairs, so you can unsling your spear. Get that ready.
yeah. So what I would suggest is, I'd like to yield to Suri and sorry, I forgot my other party member's name. Davy, Chappie, Navy. Yeah. Suri and Navy. Rabble would Travel would yell to them. Form a wall while I cast. That way we'll have the defense, and
Alright, well, it's a 10-second
I'd
round.
have the time to
so
cast,
you don't got enough time to explain all
rather
that.
than you casting from so close.
Alright, so it's a 10-second combat round, so you can say only one of those things, right? So one sentence, right, or one thing. So what would you tell them? You'd say like fall back, right? Like fall back so I can cast,
I'll
or form a
say,
wall.
let me cast, you defend.
Alright, sure, that's fine. So you say, let me cast, you defend, but bear in mind you already casted your spell for the day, right? So you can't cast any more spells. It fizzed out. So you're out of spells.
Oh,
You're
So
suggesting
I'll
this
fall
to
back.
them.
Tell me to fall back.
But Siri, you know,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
about to
yeah.
start
Then you
casting.
fall back. You fall back.
You're about to start casting, right? He was in the middle of casting,
Yeah, I'll do.
and he got interrupted.
So I'll defend. Suri.
Siri,
I'll protect Suri.
you were in the middle of casting because you started casting, right? So if you stop casting now, it will fizz out. If you move or do something else, right? You can pause in the casting, but if you do anything else, it will fizz out. So did you want to proceed with the cast, or did you want to just let it fizz out too?
Yeah.
You
No, I
proce-
wouldn't go for it.
Alright.
No, I wouldn't go for it.
So you went for it despite him telling you to fall back. He's like, fall back, I'll cast another spell. But you saw him casting a spell, and you know for a fact that he can't cast another spell. And maybe he doesn't know that or doesn't remember. Right.
He's fallen and hit his head.
Right. And then Navy, you know, you already casted your spell for the day. You have no spells ready. You also don't have your scroll out, so you can't really cast one right now. You heard commands from Trouble to fall back. Do you want to start falling back or something else? The orcs are standing above you guys, right, with their axe and shield.
Can I equip my scroll?
Yep. You want to drop the staff and grab your scroll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mini shield scroll.
Sounds good. I'll give you a lot more protection. So Navy is grabbing at his scroll, getting ready to cast it. Sierra, you launch a sleep spell at them, and let's see the reaction. Will they pursue our crew down into the depths? It's going to be a morale check. If they pass the morale check, they'll be brave enough to pursue. If not, they'll defend the position, right? Right. They are brave enough to pursue you, right? So, you know, Siri's in the middle of casting. The orcs are up here. They've got battle axes and shields. Or no, hand axes and shields. At least these two do. And Trouble was, you know, suggesting to back up. Trouble, as you suggested for the crew to back up, did you back up as well?
No.
No.
Well, that was my suggestion.
You just suggested, like, you know, fall back and form a line or second cast. And you didn't actually do it yourself, though. You just said it and didn't actually do it. Siri was casting. Navy was getting a scroll out. The orcs pursued. The way they pursued was one of them cut the rope, and the other one threw his axe at Siri, who's in the middle of casting. Right. If it lands a hit, Siri's spell is interrupted. Right. So hand axe is a throwable axe. So one chops the rope, right, while the other one throws his axe. Alright, it missed. Went right past Siri, fortunately.
Thank goodness.
The rope is cut, right, it snaps. So you have no safe way up now. And the X goes flying past Siri, and Siri's spell goes off. So here comes the hit dice worth. Alright, it affects both of them. The spearman behind them, you can't see him though.
Oh my god.
Let's see if they pass the saving throw. They have to make a saving throw versus sleep to fall asleep. This one gets a nat 1 and actually even falls down into the pit with you guys. Right, suddenly he's hit by a sleep spell and falls in the pit with you. This one's staggered by the sleep spell and then falls asleep upstairs. Right, so one fell into the pit with you. Right, the one who threw his axe falls down. Do you guys want to catch him, or do you just want to like let him land on the ground and take damage? He'll take.
Let him land.
All right, let him hit the deck.
Yeah.
All right, so he takes
Let him
1d6 blunt damage. You can't kill him; it can only break bones. 5 damage. Let's see if that broke his bones. Yeah, clearly he's a weak orc. He's a very small, young orc. He falls off the cliff, and you can see like when he hits the deck, it was a nasty fall. Right, he's unconscious for sure. He's probably actually badly injured. Right, concussed. Right, you saw him hit the deck. He fell head first, nearly snapping his own neck. Right, with all his body weight. He's a pig man. Right, an orc, pig-faced man. But yeah, it was a bad fall. It looked pretty gnarly. He took 5 damage. He only has 4 hit points. But it's subdual, so it only brings him to 0. And basically, saving throw versus death to be definitely dying, but to be conscious after that. And technically, that impact will wake him up. But there's a way. But even if it wakes him up, now there's a chance for him to be in a concussion state. He passes. So although he fell asleep, he wakes up at 1 hit point. Right, he only has 1 hit point. So, but he's in major pain. He's concussed. Right. So he's concussed in a daze. He is -4. Right, he can barely think. He is awake though. He didn't fall. He didn't go unconscious from that. So he's consciously concussed, and because the only way to wake up from magical slumber is excessive force. That's considered excessive force. So, he fell off the cliff and immediately woke back up to a concussion. Right, so bad wake up, and surrounded by, of course, adventurers who can stomp him to death if they wanted to. With his landing trouble, I would say you could just stab him right there if you want. Right, you were kind of busy
Yeah,
giving commands.
I'll spear him.
He fell dead, or he fell down to the pit, or fell down to dungeon level 2. You just run your spear through his face. His face opens up, right? Blood spurts out of his face, and he's dead for sure. You finish that one off. The other 2 get a morale check. Half their forces have been lost. This actually might be your saving grace, right? If they flee from that, if they're scared off, then you get to escape and live another day. They're brave. They want to avenge their brothers. The morale passes. So instead, they step forward with their spear and shield, ready to attack, right? And if you guys had another spell ready to go to launch at them, like a sleep scroll, if you had one, you could launch another sleep at them. Otherwise, now it's basic combat. In that time,
Sorry,
Davey, of
GM.
course.
GM, I've got a question.
Yeah.
If they have to climb down or descend, wouldn't that mean they're at a disadvantage? We have our weapons ready.
They're not doing that though. I didn't say they were. Right. They're moving up to attack.
They're just waiting.
Right. So they advanced up to the ledge because they were not at the ledge, right?
Oh, okay, okay, all right.
Makes sense. Okay. Right. So.
Yeah.
They could throw their spears at you, right, if they wanted to, or stab at you from the cliff, or just defend it and make sure you can't escape. So they want to fight though. They're not letting you loose. They're either gonna defend or attack. But they're not retreating for sure, right? That was rolled by the morale check, and they passed it, so they're defending/attacking. In the meantime, while all that was happening, back to this crew. You hear the ruckus still. The combat has broken out. You hear oinking. You hear crashing noises. Metal clinking against stone.
You said we hear oinking?
Oinking.
Oinking?
Yeah, oinking. Right.
Oh.
Grunts and
That doesn't
oinking.
sound like a statue.
Screaming from. You heard
Pig.
yells
Okay.
from. You heard
Maybe,
Trevor's voice,
do you want to go investigate, Achilles?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I want to check with the dwarves. Dwarves, are you okay with us going to
yeah.
investigate?
They're miners. They're not dwarves. They're men.
Miners? I mean,
Yeah.
miners?
They're mining men, right? A mining crew of men. They're not the dwarf race.
Apologies.
So, yeah, you just let them know if it's okay if you guys head back in and Let's see how they react. They say, they kind of react natively. They say, "It sounds pretty dangerous in there. Are you sure?" Right. We'd prefer if you stayed back here,
Well,
protecting us.
our duty is to escort you back. If you wanted to head back now, that we would accompany you. But
It sounds like
if
they're about to
we're
die
just
in
going
there,
to
so
spend here, what's that?
they can hear the combat in there, right? And there's like, maybe we should stay back and start heading back at this point before the monsters come out.
What do you think, Achilles?
I mean, if we're paid to, well, the group is paid to protect them getting in and out, so really, if they're getting out of here, we should follow them because that's what we're paid to do.
That would be
All
somewhat
right. Well,
neutral,
if you're
somewhat
ready to head
lawful.
out, then we will accompany you.
The most lawful thing to do, of course, is never leave your comrades behind, even if maybe they're criminals or future criminals. But yeah, Achilles is kind of a mix between law and neutrality. Bethany's definitely kind of neutral, right? More on the side of law.
All right. Why don't we do this? Here, Achilles, take my backpack. It has all of the treasure in it. I'm going to take one torch and go inside and investigate. And I'll flee at the first sign of trouble.
All right,
If there's
so
nothing I can do.
Bethany's on the way in. They weren't in combat, so you guys had a lot of time. You two. So Bethany's getting in there with her torch, right, in a free hand.
Right.
I get a knapsack filled with all of the loot.
Yeah, she
basically.
leaves the loot with you, so you prepare to escort the merchants back. Not quite yet, but maybe she can go in there and do something, right? Maybe launch her sleep spell at the enemy. Let's see, or something like that. Achilles, for you, yeah, you're left behind with the mining crew. Bethany, you're down a torch. You're at one torch left. All right, as Bethany's on her way in to reinforce the party inside the dungeon still. We still got trouble up here. So starting with travel, it looks like the orcs, right? The pig-faced orcs up there. They are angry at the loss of their comrade that you guys killed. They pull up. This one's like dragging his friend away, while this one like warns you, right? In the orc tongue, which the elf can understand, the elves both understand. He's like, right? But he's like oinking kind of. The elves, that's what the magic user hears. But the elves hear him saying, "You will pay for this. You're not getting out of here." Right.
So, I flip him the bird.
Right. Yeah, you don't understand him. You just hear him oinking, and you just give him the finger. Right. Siri, how would you like to respond? He's saying, he's warning you, right? He's threatening you. He says, you're not escaping this place, right? After what you just did.
Mm-hmm.
So in the meantime, Treble, you just give him the finger.
I want to.
Yeah. You want to throw your spear at him, or?
I want to grab Treble by the. I want to grab Treble by the hand and drag him backwards, so we have more advantage.
Yeah, get some space. All right.
It's further. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys
Maybe
are falling back.
behind me because he's weaker.
Okay. Yeah. So your party withdraws from the main combat area. The orc guards a position with his spear and shield. Navy, you got your scroll out. Did you want to launch the spell? Cast shield?
Not yet.
Not yet. Just have
Wait,
it
how
ready.
long does shield last?
I think it's like 2 turns. So you should cast it when you're about to do a combat. If you're about to attack. Let me see.
Save it for one turn. Do it next turn.
Alright, yeah, shield lasts for 2 turns, 20 minutes. So. Alright, your crew is withdrawn. We'll do a noise check to the southwest. All is quiet, fortunately. If there is an encounter, then it'd be a level 2 encounter. So let's just hope it doesn't happen. But we got a level 1 encounter upstairs still. The orcs are angry at you, but suddenly, of course, from outside, light of day reviews as you approach the entrance, right, Bethany? 2 orcs are hanging out right here at the ledge. Let's grab 2 tokens to represent them real quick.
Wait.
One's here kind of barking at, oinking away at someone down the cliff, while another one's dragging his friend away, right, to safety. They're
I
like
want to
busy.
sleep in both.
Just cast sleep on them. All right.
Yes,
No
please.
need to roll hit dice because it's 2d8. It's only 2. So we're gonna roll saving throws versus spells, and they both fail, and they're hit with sleep magic. And in the middle of his oinking, his angry oinking, as you guys fall back, suddenly just falls asleep, like that. And victory is yours. The enemies have been slept. Your hero has arrived. Right, Bethany is here to save the day. Right. So, with that,
Yep.
Thank God.
I shine the torch down there and say, "Ahoy, the party! It's all well."
Yo, got rope.
Wait, does Bethany have playing disc?
No.
Just gone out of there.
you can do the floating disc right now.
We're
I
not
think.
taking the
Oh,
thing
no, wait,
anymore.
she already cast
We'll
her
leave
spell.
that.
No,
chest.
We're
like I'm
leaving
saying,
that for the
how are we gonna get up?
Toss me first a dagger, and then toss up the rope.
Yeah, so the rope was cut, right? So the slack was at the bottom of the pit, so most of the length is down there. So total of 5 feet was used here, 10, 20, 30, or sorry, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, so 20 is hanging up here and 30 is downstairs. So 30 feet is downstairs. So technically, there's still enough rope, right? If you throw this end of the rope up there, she can either tie it to the previous rope, like tie them back together, or she can literally use the longer piece and tie it around the statue again and just lower it. Now you have 2 ropes, one just kind of at the ledge and one that goes down into the pit, right? Make sense? So, Bethany,
How high is the ledge?
15 feet.
15 feet.
Toss me a dagger first, so I can kill these beasts.
She needs a dagger.
Okay, cool. I toss a dagger
Look, do you
up
want to wait for
to.
it to get up? Wait.
Alright. So, to wrap the story up though, because we are over time actually. So, speak of if you want to add anything else, but to wrap it up, just to make this go quicker. We can say that Trouble and Siri, you guys can push the small chest out of the pool if that's what you want. It can open it in the safety of like the outside. So you'll push it out. You won't touch it too much. You would like test it for traps, like poke it around, make sure it doesn't blow up. Yeah, the chest is just wet and old. Basically, you guys would just kind of throw it up onto the cliff and then haul it out, right? It's not too heavy, fortunately. Wet it inside, it doesn't make a lot of noise, it seems, right? Maybe it's soaking wet and covered in water and gunk and shit, right? It's been in there for ages, it seems, right? It's really dirty old wet chest, covered in algae. Navy, of course, you would get out of there all on guard. Overall, though, she would sleep them, she would slice their throats, she would saw their heads off with your crew. As for bounties, you would loot the orcs if you want. They don't have any treasure on them. They just have weapons and armor. Would you guys be interested in orc weapons? It's just 2 spears, 2 battle axes, or I meant hand axes.
I want an axe.
Yeah, hand axe. You want a hand axe?
Take the axe.
Alright, you both want a hand axe? Okay.
The axe.
Alright, so Navy gets 1 and Siri gets 1.
I need a melee weapon too. Is there another one?
There's 2 spears. Slung spears.
What about hand axes?
2 only.
I think we'll have enough money to buy some stuff, though.
If I get a chance to buy anything ever.
I'm gonna get a call. Yo, what's up?
Yo, you ready?
Almost. We're about to end it. We're wrapping up right now. Trying to wrap it up.
Bet.
Yeah, sorry. I'll see you soon.
No, you good. I'm
Appreciate it.
text Aguilar. Tell him get ready.
Okay, Egler, got it.
Yeah.
Alright, appreciate it.
Actually, you, Rami, Morales, and I. No, we don't need Aguilar. It'll be a full car.
Alright, just Remy and Morales?
Yeah, I could text him though.
Alright, yeah. I'll text them too. Appreciate it.
We're making Econite for saving the world.
Yeah, I'm about to go hiking in a
For
little bit.
democracy.
That's why I have to get off as well, for sure.
You gotta move. You gotta plan troop movements.
Yeah, real life troop movements. Nothing too crazy. Alright, appreciate it though. Yeah, so wrapping it up here. the story of ours, our adventure. You guys will get that chest out. You will climb out of here. You will get the heads. You will loot up some weapons real quick. I think there's a hand axe for Siri with a holster, so you can wear it on your belt or anywhere you want to put the holster. Let's see. Typically it's on your belt. Let's see. And then same thing. One went to navy. Yeah. And then when it came to spears, I think Bethany wanted a spear, right? These are Sloan spears, so they're very good.
No, I wanted a hand axe. I
Oh.
don't want a big weapon. I don't
Okay.
want a two-handed weapon.
All right, yeah, no worries. It's 1 or 2 for spears, but they are long. Yeah. You're gonna pass on that.
I really want a dagger. I'll just pass. I'll get a dagger later.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. The orcs, they had orc helmets, and hide armor. Right. It's not really made for humans, so it's not really valuable. It's more like dead weight, so I guess you'll leave that
Can I
behind.
take a helmet?
You already have a helmet. You want an orc helmet?
Oh, I do.
Every character
Is
starts
it
with
better
one.
than what I have?
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Can I? Wait.
Doesn't
Is
fit
an
well.
orc helmet?
Yeah. See,
No?
it's orc shaped, right? Like it's fitted for their heads.
Oh, it's not better.
Okay. All right.
Like if you were an
Okay.
orc, it'd
So
be
it's
good.
not
Big man.
I'll
but
just leave it then.
If you put it on, it's cumbersome. It's very protective. It definitely maybe protects more than your. It protects about the same as your current helmet. Actually, it's a normal helmet, but it's fitted for orcs, right? Like they got a hole for the tusk.
Oh, then forget.
It doesn't fit your head shape, right? It'd be cumbersome. So, yeah, you already have a helmet made
And you
for
get
elves.
lice. You get lice too.
All right. Yeah, you might get dirty, oily skin from their boorish sweat, right?
Ugh.
And they're built up in the helmets.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it stinks.
You
It
can
smells
keep
like sweaty pigs. I mean, I don't know if pigs sweat, but it smells like pork, right? Dirty livestock.
Pigs do spread.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Yeah, then it smells like nasty old pigs. Right. Very oily. The only valuable things are their weapons. It looks like they're well made. Naturally, if they weren't, they wouldn't be effective in combat. No, these are good weapons. They know how to take care of their weapons. So, got yourself 2 indexes total. Yeah, they weren't carrying any loot on them, so they probably have a base somewhere else where they keep their loot, naturally. But looks like just some orc grunts, right? That were guarding the position, and you guys slew them all, right? Yeah, they didn't have any treasure on them. Okay. To wrap it up,
Can we
though,
take their heads for bounty?
you took their heads, right? Sold them off with your daggers and
Okay.
spears. Carried them out of the dungeon. Just a bonus kill, I suppose, and the chest too. How would you like to? Let's say you get to some safety. Do you want to open that chest here near the dungeon? You want to open it back in town? You can pay a thief to carefully
I
open
think
it.
back in town.
Back in town.
Let's go to the miners or town or the miners and then open it. Yeah,
All right.
like away from the dungeon.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you want to safely open that chest without any hiccups, you can hire a thief to unlock it for you. They'll try it usually by pick first, and then if that doesn't work, they'll just force it open, right, with like an axe or something, crowbar.
Oh no, I can do that. That's fine.
You want to try unlocking it yourself? It might be dangerous, right,
It could
Yeah.
be dangerous though.
if you're not skilled,
Um,
experienced with chest opening.
I'm gonna whack it open. I'm
Just whack it
actually
open?
gonna whack it open.
All right, you need an axe, and you do have an axe, right, to just chop through the wood. So you just split it open, right? Bear in mind, it could damage the contents inside, right, if it's a fragile loot. The chest feels pretty lightweight and hollow, right? It's full of water, but you dried it out. You smash it open with the X, and it turns out there was something in there. Let's find out what it was real quick on the chart. All right, chart here. Okay. Percentile 54. Alright, yeah. You broke a potion flask. So you smashed open, the liquids are spilled, and yeah, it was a potion. So, of unknown content or
Oh no.
powers. So
Ah,
you broke a
beans.
magic item. Smashed the
Damn
chest
it.
open, and there's a fragile item, a potion. So it's spilled.
Is there anything
Oh,
I can
well.
salvage? Is there anything I can salvage or maybe bring it back to someone who can recreate it? Or tell me what's inside it was?
What it was, They can identify it. Yeah, sure.
Can I bring that back with me then?
You have a crew member in the party that can identify the runes etched on the flask. So as you put it back together, and if you never broke it, it would have identified. You would have identified it, and it would tell you what it would have done. And if you did not break it, you would have had a potion of ESP on you, which allows you to read people's thoughts. Yeah, but you broke the magic item. All right, it was a magic item chest. So, all right, it's okay. But we'll learn from right from our mistakes. So Siri, the eagerly ready elf,
Yeah.
right, ends up, breaking her present, right. Smash the chest open, crack the potion. If it wasn't something fragile, you would have been fine. But I rolled the dice. Yeah, we got a potion bottle. Okay, that's right. Thank you all for playing. I'm gonna annotate this later today. I really appreciate you all showing up. We don't really get parties this big usually anymore. So thank you for showing up. Hope you had fun. I'll see you next time. Have a good night.
Yeah, lots of
Have
fun.
a good hike. Yeah,
Thanks,
enjoy your
Shane.
hike.